Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my Don, favorite Liverpool fan, or one of kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the family member who, you get me, you like, but there's that one thing that's wrong with them, innit? Like they got dropped on their head as a baby and they supported the wrong team, innit? That's how I kind of look at Liverpool fans, innit? You know what I'm saying? So love to my Don, young OG, one of the most talented out here in this YouTube game, without question. My like Ryan, what are you telling me, family? You good?
Yeah, all good, man. Good intro, even the little dig there about who I support in it. Like, yeah, man, all good, bro. I'll go in about your dead team soon, in it. Man United Hotspur.
This guy. Okay, all right, okay. I'm welcoming a special guest to the show. He's a member of the channel. He also has been on the NBA watch-alongs as well, and he has his own channel. Very knowledgeable, very level-headed as well. That's one thing I will say. Very level-headed. I never see him wilding out, getting out of pocket. Always gives his opinions. Always backs them up. Always sees the other side. Great mediator. My guy like Jay Socials. What are you telling me?
Hey, what's good, man? I'm doing good. Always vibes when they come through. I'm happy to be here, man. Let's go.
Great to have you, man. And of course, the reason also why Jay Socials is here because he was on the members one, but he had to cut early and we ran late. So he was like, you know what? We'll get you back on anyway because you are part of the mandem. Love to everyone who is locked in. No, this is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, and you can ask us any question. So it's any sport, past or present. Ask us any question because when I'm on lives on the channel, I always just get random questions. So I'm like, this is your chance to ask anything. If you want to know who my favorite player was in Euro 2000, this is the place to ask. You know what I'm saying? If you want to ask Ryan who his favorite Liverpool goalkeeper is of all time, this is the place. If you want to ask Jay Socials why he supports Manchester United, you get me? Because he's just a very knowledgeable guy and he's a very intelligent and clever, smart guy. But you can ask him that. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Socials, but a little dig at me.
What was the dig at you, fam? What are you talking about?
Bro, I know you too well in it.
What was the dig? You know what? I got accused of this with Deviant. You get me on the last Q&A, and now this Q&A, I'm getting accused of stuff. What did I do? What dig did I take at you?
Deviant.
Deviant when what was we talking about? Oh, what was it? Because we was cracking up. Oh yeah, about you lot finishing third, and you were saying it was good considering all the injuries, and I was like, I fully agree. And then people was on my case like, oh, you're not being sincere, but you're being sarcastic. I fully agreed with you. I did not argue you down. The fact that you went from first as champions with your best ever manager to third the season after, but you did have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Injury tax, yeah, injury tax, bro.
That's what I said in it, but people looked at me like I was the bad guy because I just naturally sound how I sound. But love to everyone.
I love how you got the Ollie shirt right next to you in it.
Wait, no, you know what? I can actually spin it around now. Look, no goddamn Ollie shirt in it. Man, I can spin it round now with it. I'm sick of this shit.
Nah, it's got Ollie in white ink in it.
Yeah. This guy a friggin' idiot. Well, big up to everyone who is locked in the comments as well. For some reason, it's not gone live to Twitch. I don't know why. But big up to everyone who's locked. I will try and get it live on the Twitch. But if you're watching on the Periscope via the Twitter, make sure you hit the retweet button. Make sure you hit the like button. Vitally important you do that. Hit the retweet button, hit the like button on the Twitter. Make sure you follow myself, follow Ryan as well. Jay Socials is still in Twitter jail, but as soon as his Twitter's back up, make sure you go and follow him. Go subscribe to his channel right now, though. Jay Socials, Touchline Talks. If you're watching via the YouTube, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it across all the socials. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell when you do. It's Road to 3K. But as you can see from the title, people, 4 right backs in England's Euro squad. So we'll start with you, Jay Socials, because that's been the talk of the town in regards to online, on Twitter, on social media. Obviously, the England squad got picked. Gareth Southgate picked 4 right backs. So your thoughts on that and your thoughts on the whole squad in general?
It depends on how he's trying to play, right? Because when you have like Reece James, for example, I can kind of see why he did that. Because depending on the game they play, maybe Reece James might play a bit more forward. There's different ways you can kind of use those right backs in terms of how they attack, especially going forward. They're really good. But I'm more disappointed in the players that did not make it. To make it to the Euros. So, for example, like I'm trying to figure out why Maguire is in there because there's still reports that he's not fully fit. So it's like, why is Maguire there when there is like he's not sure if he's actually going to be 100%? So that is a surprise for me. I'm sure we're going to get to the rest of the squad as well. But I do see, but in terms of the right backs that he picked, I can kind of see why he did that, because they're versatile players and not just the traditional right backs that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I hear that. And we will go through the full rest of the squad as well. But again, you made great points there. Ryan, your thoughts on it? So in terms of, the 4 right backs, we'll stick with that. So forget about the squad, and obviously your guy Trent getting in, which I know you was gassed about as well. But your thoughts on the 4 right backs? I know you was gassed. You had a big smile about it, man. Why you
you know what it is? Yeah,
it's
like, well, he might be out now, innit? But like, we'll get onto that in a bit. But like,
Yeah.
in terms of that, I was just saying that, like, if Southgate doesn't take Trent, it's a joke, innit? Because I think he should get in. But then I wouldn't have been unhappy if he hadn't made it in, because it means that, you know, he can just rest this season and be fresh for us next season, which, you know, I only care from a Liverpool point of view at the end of the day. But he deserved to make it. And then on the other hand, but then 4 right backs is so excessive for me. Like Kyle Walker, like, man, you know, man don't rate Kyle Walker in it. Like,
oh, come on!
I think he's
a better
crap,
defender
but
than
like,
Trent. That's
I think he's crap, bro. But like, and Kieran Trippier, like, for me, it should have been Trent and Reece James for me, you know. And it's like 4 right backs is just so excessive, man. One position. I mean, if he's planning to maybe play 3 at the back and play Kyle Walker at the right centre back and maybe Trent as a wing back, then fair enough in it. But like, you know, I don't know what formation he played tonight. Actually, I'm not sure because I barely watched the game in it. Someone in the comments could tell us in it. But like, yeah, I mean, 4 right backs. It's just Southgate's just not got anything about him. He's not got the bottle to say to 2 of them, "You're not making it," you know. So man, Southgate's a loser in it. Like,
wow,
you're not
you just
doing anything.
You just calling your guy Gareth, man. That's your. I thought that was your
Yeah,
guy
that's not
Gareth,
my
man.
guy, innit? That,
Your
like your
man's-
guy Ollie. Well, have you got
Right.
Southgate? Nah, Flawless has got the Ollie shirt there, and on the other side, he's got the Southgate England shirt, innit?
This guy full of jokes, innit? You know what I'm saying? And that you ate your Weetabix and drank your 2 Lucozades this morning, innit? This guy feeling it, innit? You know what I'm saying? Love to everyone who's locked in. Yes, we are now live on the Twitch as well. We are live on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. We had a glitch on Twitch. I don't know what was going on, but we are live. And also as well, the membership underneath. The link for the membership is underneath in the description, people. And obviously one of the perks is you get shout out to the starts of certain shows. So let me shout out all of the members. Big up Dan Levitt, Sasha, Zayn AFC, Davey Fisher, The Progressions Project, Nelly, Timo, 44, Scott Page, NB, Cams TV, Daniel Wilkinson, Junior Swag King, Taekwon, Nippon, Wayne, SH, Footy Fantasy, OKW, Deviant, J Socials, who's here also, Eugene Amagash, Neville B, S Feetly TV, Winter Surfer, and of course Ryan as well. And also of the membership as well, people, on the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As, your comment will take priority like a super chat. So if you see me answering the same questions, people, I'm not ignoring you. It's just one of the perks. But please share, get the numbers up. And of course, if you want your comment to take priority, sign up to the membership. The link is underneath in the description. Where we at here. So yeah, Jay Socials touched on it here. He actually said this before we went live. Wan-Bissaka in place for the injured Trent. Is that what you would like to see, or are you just half trolling, or a bit of both?
No, I like to see that. Like we said, right? I think he's probably one of the best defenders that England has when you talk about one-on-one defending. Also in terms of, obviously Reece James is fast, so I think. But in terms of the center backs that you guys have, I think you need someone like Wan-Bissaka for certain games, especially when you go down like later on in the tournament in like the knockout stage, whereby you might face like a stronger opponent like Portugal or something. You know, you might need someone like Wan-Bissaka that England is not going to be doing too much attacking, and they still need a bit of protection of the back. So that's why I feel like he's that insurance policy for you guys. With Trent, Reece James, I feel like they're too attacking that it might leave what's his name as well, Walker. But I think someone did say in the comments that Walker is probably going to be more of a center back if you're playing like a back 3. Yes, but for the most part, I would say Reece James, Trent, they're more attacking than they are defensive. So in that regards, it will be tough when you like face an opponent who has most of the ball and is more threatening than like at the group stage level.
I hear what you're saying. I was thinking that because you mentioned it there about Kyle Walker possibly going as a centre back or a third centre back or right-sided centre back, and that was my thoughts on it. As soon as I seen the thought right backs, the reason why I gave him leeway on it because I'm like, if you are playing a back three and then you've took Reece James and Kyle Walker to play as right-sided centre backs, and then you've took Trent and Trippier to play as wing backs. Of course, both Walker and Reece James are capable of playing wing backs as well, but it makes more sense. I still think it's one right back too many. I don't think you need all three. I think he should have made a decision and dropped whether it's Trent, whether it's Reece James, whether it's Walker, whether it's Trippier. Like, take your pick. To me, if you're playing wing backs, Trent has to go. Reece James has to go. It's between me personally. It's between Trippier and Walker. I probably maybe Trippier good at set pieces, and Walker can be. But again, I don't get paid the big money to do that. That's why Southgate's the England manager. You've had the whole season to decide on what you are going to do. But now it's looking like Trent's injured. Does he then call up another right back, or do you bring in a Ward-Prowse? Do you bring in a Lingard, etc.? That's what I would do if Trent can't make it. Because
Lingard's unlucky to miss out.
Yeah, how Lingard's missed out in terms of his form, I don't understand. Not only has he been in good form, number one, number two, he's played at international performance. He's played at international tournaments before and been successful. Like, he's played well there and he scored in big games. So I don't understand that kind of. But yeah, look at Prime out here trolling. He says, look up Flawless with his chest puffed out because Ollie finished second. I rate it. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's got the shirt next to it. The shirt puffed out as well. Make sure he puts the shirt on, innit, Prime?
Yeah, look at these, man, innit? I love my star boy, Zane. Must be talking about soccer. He says, Flawless might as well say 3 now after Trent's injury is pretty much out now. His injury looked bad. But it's 5, so we don't know because it's a 5 injury. Dupe saying big up. Yo, big up to the Champions League runners-up. You get me saying in the building. Big up to Dupe. Big up to Ravi, who says big up Ryan.
Big up.
Josh says big up the guys. Big up to you. John McNeil says... one sec. The comments just went down. Who says big up? Ravi saying big up the panel. Not going to lie, Trent had a stinker tonight. He has to play centre mid for England. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think he should. I'll answer this first and then I'll let Ryan and Jay get to it. But he shouldn't play centre mid. This guy's played as a fullback or a wing back all his club career. And then you're going to go to an international tournament and play him central midfield. To me, that makes no sense. What did England play today? For those in the comments, what was their formation? Did they go with a back three? Did they play a flat back four? Like, let us know in the comments because I didn't watch. But Ryan, you can answer that. What do you reckon about Trent playing as a central midfielder for England?
Nah, I mean, he's not even... I remember in the 2017-18 season when we reached the first Champions League final in Madrid. I mean, against Madrid in Kiev. I remember... so this was about 3 years ago. Towards the end of the season, he played like 2-3 games in centre mid, and he wasn't anything great in it. Like, obviously, that was 3 years ago. He was younger, less experienced. But I mean, people assume just because he's got a very good distribution and passing range that he can automatically play centre mid. But that's not the case in it. Like, I need to see more of him playing centre mid. It would have helped if he'd have played centre mid more for Liverpool. But just stick him instead of messing him around at this age with different positions. Just let him play right back, man. That's where he's been playing and being successful under, innit? So, and being successful at. So, just let him play there. That's his position at the end of the day, and he's played well there.
All right, fair enough. Same to you, Jay. What's your thoughts on it about Trent possibly playing central midfield? Because I've heard people mention this.
Yeah, I think you did mention that last night on the basketball watch along, and I laughed right away.
Yeah,
you did see my reaction on that. I think it's silly, right? I think it's silly. First of all, it's kind of like when David Beckham was playing center mid for Real Madrid. One of the best right wingers in the world was playing center mid for Real Madrid. But for me, it's just ridiculous because I feel like England has enough center midfielders that could have made it to the squad. Yeah. So why would you take someone that has never played center mid before? Someone whose skills are much needed on the wing. Why would you put him at center mid? Like, you might as well have just brought Madison and called it a day. You know what I mean? True. Or Jesse Lingard. I think those players would do a better job in the in the middle of the park than Trent. So I think to me, it would just be kind of squeezing players in just to say that they went to the Euros. So yeah, I think it would just be a ridiculous idea.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Lauren here is saying he's obviously playing 5 at the back of the Euros. That's why he's taking so many defenders. Walker is obviously there for centre back. You never know with Southgate. That's why, logically what you're saying makes sense. But you never know. That's why I posed the question. Bits and Bobs is here in the building. Hashtag Ollie out. Are you really on this Ollie out thing, innit? Recently,
Yeah, he's
innit? It's
Ollie
that
out now.
final.
Yeah, he's
He's Ollie out
now.
now. Hey, I hate to be the guy, Bits. You get me? Bobs, you're my guy in it. You already know this. You are my don in that. I told you about this guy. I've been saying this about this guy. I've noticed that how many people have flipped on him. Definitely. Man even said it twice. Hashtag Ollie out. That's a big up the panel. Go on.
Like, I know Bob's in it. We're on, obviously, I do a show and it's like, obviously, we're on a group chat. Man, I've never seen him like so broken after a United defeat, man. Like,
there you go.
I love you, Bobs, but man, it's a bit funny, innit? Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're just laughing at your misery. But did you see me after the game? Was I in bits? Was I struggling? Was I broken? No, because I know what this manager's like. You know what I'm saying? I know what this manager's like.
Exactly. I think he broke you because you got him at the back of your shirt and he's just disappointed you like this.
This guy a prick, you know.
Devastating, bro.
You know.
Actually, no, that's a very good point. Fucking England for a second, innit? Obviously, I was on the Q&A a week ago because I was doing exams, innit? And obviously, you know, we were talking more about the Champions League final on Sunday's Q&A, that I didn't get to talk about your disgrace of a performance against the mighty Villarreal.
You spoke on it last Sunday. Was it last Sunday? You spoke
on
it. But if you want to,
go
over again,
I didn't get for that one. Chest in it.
Yeah, all right, go on. You keep going in it. Go on.
I thought it was, you know, from a rival's perspective, and I thought it was a bit of a joke of a performance, to be honest. When I look back, I mean, you never thought that you were going to win, innit? Like, let's be honest, you only Villarreal are crap as well, innit? Let's be honest, Villarreal are rubbish, bro. Like,
they're not a good side. Your man, Ollie, that's your man, Ollie, innit? The guy you get
on me. You get on me for when we Klopp lost to Sevilla, Unai Emery against Sevilla. That Sevilla team that he lost to was miles better than this Villarreal team, and you actually lost to them, innit? Like, and what I loved in it, is that you got beat in the most heartbreaking way possible, the 11th penalty of a shootout, innit? And it's like, you know, you this season, Liverpool, no trophies this season, one trophy a year, innit? One trophy a year, champions and all that, yeah. Better than winning no trophies in 4 years, innit? So, yeah, man, you know, don't go. How was the Europa League trophy parade the other day, innit? Or, you know, was it good, bro? Was it good, Europa League trophy parade?
Ryan really came on smoke. And you see why I am the way I am to him and other people, because you see how he just trolled me. He had that ready and he waited 17 minutes into a show to get that off his chest. He halted the show and said, whoa, 1 minute. Let me get to this. You know what I'm saying? And then started rolling out his spiel like he's in WWF. You know what I'm saying? Man, cut a whole promo on my team. But yeah, back to my point. The reason why I criticize Klopp and Liverpool so heavily, because he's a very good manager. That's why. This manager's not good enough. And this is what I don't understand, is things like this. When Prime says this, and Prime's my guy, he says, I'm not saying I'm Ollie out. I'm not that extreme. However, after the Europa League final, I kind of get it.
Prime's a Chelsea fan. Why is he saying he's Ollie?
Yeah. What I don't understand is, Prime, please explain to me that I'm not extreme. Why is it extreme to want a manager out? Please explain. I'm not even saying you're wrong. I want further explanation, because then maybe when I talk to Ollie Inners, maybe I can understand better, because I don't understand why it's such a wild and mad thing for me to go, I don't think this manager's good enough. Go and get another one. You wouldn't do that in any other life. If you're with your partner, if you're with your girl and you ain't getting on and you don't like each other, you're not going to stay with her just to stay with her. You're going to get rid of her, or she going to get rid of you. Like, vice versa. To me, it makes no sense. Or if you have a friendship.
You know what's crazy, though?
Go on, Jim.
You know what's crazy about it, though? It's like, I don't... Part of what I find so fascinating with this Ole thing is how fans are so like adamant about him staying. It's like fans are actually, you know, it's like we're part of the problem, you know, so part of the problem, because it's like any other coach. I remember when Mourinho, his last few months at the club, like the one thing about Mourinho was I knew he was going to be leaving soon, because there wasn't that attachment to him, right? He was just a good coach who happened to be at Manchester United. And so there was that bit of hope that, okay, at some point he's going to go. And then after the Liverpool trashing, it was done. That was like the final straw. Yeah. But with Ole, it's like there's nothing he can do. It's like, I don't know what it's going to happen, what's going to take for him to leave the club. You know, we've seen it in the 2.5 seasons. You know, we've crashed out, like we've said 1,000 times, 4 semis, and the manner in which he lost that finals It's just that's the part that really pisses me off. It's not even about like if Ole is a good coach or not. He's had good moments this season, but I just can't trust him in the big games when it matters. I just can't trust him I just can't trust him anymore. You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, what else the fans, not every fan, but what the fans have to see to say, okay, you know what? We're all officially done with Ole. Can we all, band together like we did for the Glazers and get him out? But until that happens, I don't know. I don't know what's going to get Ole out of this job.
I think he's lucky. I don't know, I might be wrong about this. Maybe lucky that fans haven't been at the games this season. He's probably lucky in that respect. But like, but then it's like with Ollie, it's like he seems to get on well with his players. He seems to be a decent man manager, but guy's not a coach in it. Like I think he's actually admitted himself before that he doesn't actually do any coaching. Like he's not the coach of the players. I think he's actually admitted that before, and you can tell by the way United play. There's just no like cohesion, patterns of play, and all that. And after 2.5 years of being there, you would have expect, and he spent a lot of money, by the way, as well. He spent money there, and you would have expected him to know his best team, best formation, and best system and everything. But he doesn't. And after 2.5 years of not knowing that, that's worrying. And it's like, and that came, you've been behind in a lot of games this season and obviously come back, but that's not sustainable, innit? And that obviously came to bite you in the arse against Villarreal, and you came against a manager, not a team who were better than you, because Villarreal's team is rubbish, but you came up against a manager who coached his team well, who had them drilled and had a game plan, and were clearly very well coached for that game, and Ollie couldn't get the better of him. That's what happened the same with him against Nagelsmann for Leipzig as well, in that last game where you needed the result, and you just came up against not a better group of players, but just a better coach team and a better manager. That's it, and that's what's going to harm. That's why, I was on a Twitter space earlier on, and we were debating who's going to be contenders for the league next season, and it, for me, it's City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and everyone was ruling out United just because, for me, I can't see how Ollie finishes above Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel all in the same season. Like the only reason he's finished above Klopp and Tuchel this season is because Klopp said bare injuries has had no centre backs, and Tuchel's only been there half a season. So next season, I think, yeah.
If I said what you just said exactly there, I'm negative. But when you say it's okay as a Liverpool fan, but everything you just said, I 100%. I don't think he has any chance of finishing above above those three managers. And for him to finish above those three, it has to be something going wrong on their end. So Tuchel has to have has to be disasters on all. Like what happened? Liverpool couldn't have had it any worse with injuries. Tuchel came in half a season. Like you said, they're the only reasons to me we finished above those two sides.
It's not as if you finished above us by a lot either. That shows it. You only finished above us by a few points in the end. And I get what you mean about, it's like, it's clear that if it was a different if Ollie wasn't a club legend, he probably would have been sacked a while ago, to be honest. But, because he's a club legend, that's why I don't want Gerrard in it, because obviously, like, if it goes wrong for Gerrard, which I think it would, that's why I don't want him. I'll say Gerrard. Trust me, I'll be the first to say Gerrard out if it's going wrong. I don't care in it. But I know I'll instantly be called a fake fan and all that, just plastic and all that, just because I'm going against a club legend. I couldn't give a shit in it, because like all I care about is my team winning trophies, and that's all Flawless and J Socials care about, is their team winning trophies and being successful, not sentiment towards an ex-legend. Like, you need to focus on the present and the future.
And before you go, Jay, I'm gonna let you go quick. Hey, we got just under 50 people watching across all platforms. Get the likes up on the YouTube, get me? Because we got over 40 people watching on YouTube, and we're not even at 30 likes. So hit that like button. It's free. Hit the like button, people. Get them likes up. Get the numbers up. Much appreciated. Thank you. Go on, Jay.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna. No, I had two things to say. One was the response. I saw a comment there from Lauren Wood, and she said basically always getting the best out of a media team. Okay, first of all, this is the team that finished second with individuals bailing Ole out. Like, how many times did they score a team goal that was pure team and not just, Bruno's magic or, Rashford's magic? And the second thing I was going to say was, Okay, let's say, our players are not that good. Look at Brighton, for example. Look at, other teams below in the bottom part of the half of the league. When you watch them play, you can see a system, you can see a pattern.
Yeah,
when
I
you
agree.
watch United play, we make everyone look bad. Like even when we play City, we make City look bad. Like every team that comes and plays us, they just look unorganized because we're so unorganized and no one knows what they're doing. So for me, I don't know what you mean by a media team. I think our players are decent, and I'm kind of one of the fans. I'm just so tired of our fans disrespecting our players. Yes. Are they award-winning players? Probably not. But at the same time, I think there's a lot more that can be gotten out of these players.
100%.
And I feel like, you look at all the players that have left. I know we can put them all into context of all the teams they're playing for, the whatever reason that we want to give as to why the Lukakus, the Sanchez's, the Lingards of this world are doing much better than the players at Manchester United. But the fact still remains that how can every player not be good enough for United? Like, we're not United of 10 years ago. This is United that has barely made Champions League in the last 5 years. Like, I know, we're a big club, but we need to get this mentality of no one is good enough for Manchester United. Maybe the coach isn't good enough. How about we start saying that versus, like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Yo, and I like that's what I said at the start when I was introducing you about delivering things level-headed. Because you see how you just deliver just the same level. I lagged a little bit. Yeah, my back.
Yeah.
Lagged a little bit. Yeah. My back. Yeah. Back. I just lagged a little bit. But yeah, as I was saying, the way you delivered that, it's always an excuse for this guy. And you touched on it as well, Jay, when you said, what is it going to take for these people to be Oli out? He's been here 3 seasons now, I believe. He spent money. This is now his team. All I'm asking for, and I say the same thing over and over again, utilize what you have to the fullest. There's no way he's utilizing. He should beat Villarreal in that final. And that's just one. He should beat Villarreal in that final. And then on top of that, if you really want to look at it and dissect it, United shouldn't be in the Champions League because we had 1 point to get from 2 games. That's a sackable offense in itself. The fact that
I don't know how he kept his job after that.
The fact that we continue to
went out.
The manner in which we went out, the attacking mentality, that's not a player thing. You can have 11 of the worst players in the world playing football and still have an attacking mentality. We don't attack. We're very pragmatic. You know what I'm saying? Always falling behind. I hate that I have to use Liverpool as an example, but go look at the squads, not the first 11, the squads that Klopp won the Champions League and the Premier League with.
Should never be winning those.
That's not a Premier League. That's not a Premier League winning squad. No. The first 11 is quality. Let's not dispute that. The first 11, but even in the first 11, actually,
even in the first 11, like
if you look at it, because our fan base, myself included, Jay included, will complain about McFred and our midfield not being good enough.
Your Liverpool's midfield about a midfield of Henderson, Milner, Wijnaldum.
100%. Because the only top class midfielder I genuinely believe you have is Fabinho.
And we got Thiago now, but we obviously didn't have Thiago.
And you have no creativity in your midfield whatsoever. Well, you know what Klopp did? He was like, my midfield's not creative. So let me get creative fullbacks and utilize these men to the fullest. People complain about our number 9s not scoring enough goals. So whether it's Martial, whether it's Cavani, whether it's Greenwood, they have a number 9 who's renowned for not scoring goals.
We play a number 10 up front.
You play the 10. I think JV was right. I think he's a number 8. He might be a number 8. You know what I'm saying?
We brought him as a number 10. He was a number. I think he played defensive midfielder sometimes at Hoffenheim. Like that's everything. He's literally everything but a striker.
He's everything. So that's my whole point. Is what Klopp has gone in there, because I bet if you ask Klopp, right, would you like something different in the midfield? Probably. That's why he went and signed Thiago, because he wants something different. That's why he went and signed Jota, because Jota's an upgrade on Origi and Shaqiri and all these type of things. Go look at Liverpool's bench. You know what I'm saying? Their first 11 is quality. I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is Klopp utilized it to the fullest.
Even the first 11, like, people would have complained about buying an £8 million left back from Hull. You know?
Oh, yeah. Who got relegated? Oh, our fan base would have been up in arms. We would have burnt Old Trafford to the ground.
Left back from Hull, and these guys, Gomez, Trent who's a midfielder playing him at right back, stuff like this.
Your front three you signed from Southampton, Fiorentina, and Hoffenheim. Our fan base would have kicked off. oh, we signed a Chelsea reject from Fiorentina. We signed a striker who doesn't even score goals from Germany, Bundesliga tax, and he doesn't even get goals over there. And we signed a player from Southampton. Our fan base would have kicked off. But you know what he did? Yes, he got Van Dijk and Alisson added, but he utilized what he did. He coached them in a system. No matter what 11 play, Liverpool play the same way.
Facts.
On the club. No matter what 11, it doesn't matter. Their front three could be Origi, Shaqiri, and Firmino. No Salah, no Mane. It's still going to work in the same. Does it work at the same level? No.
When we won 4-0 in that semi-final, we had a front three of Mane, Origi, Shaqiri because Salah and Mane were injured, and Salah and Firmino were injured, and we won 4-0 in the semi-final with that front three. Like,
and I bet it's the same. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I always use that as example. Origi coming off the bench. I always just seem to always remember that last season. Sorry, the season Liverpool won the league. I know from like the season before with the Champions League as well. It's just, and that's the frustrating part for me is when I see Manchester United, I can always think about like creative ways to utilize the entire squad. But it's just so frustrating to see that Ole can't see that. I made a comment in our group chat, the Manchester United group chat that I'm part of, and I even said you could have put Beak where Rashford was playing, and he would have probably done a better job. And all they could say was, "What are you talking about? Beak's not a winger. He's not fast enough." And I was like, "Okay, first of all, that's why you don't understand football. First of all, Manchester United, we don't use wingers because we have Greenwood and Rashford. When was the last time you saw them run down the flank and cross the ball into the box? They're not wingers. They're inverted wingers. They just cut in and shoot. So at that point, you're better off having someone like Beat that can actually move the ball better in those areas. But so to me, when I look at it, it's just creativity. You just got to think outside the box. It's not always about just the same formation. And that's the frustrating part with Ole is it doesn't matter who we play. It's the same thing. The Fred, the McFred pivot, Bruno, and it's just maybe Pogba might get moved around, but it's just so static. It's stagnant. It's just it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, smart. That's exactly you said it. I couldn't have said it better myself. Premier says it's when people say he's shit and he has no tactics. He doesn't know what he's doing. He said maybe he should be sacked and maybe he isn't good enough. That's fine, but not to give him any credit for what he's done thus far is bizarre to me. And you also went on to say in a further comment, you're not talking about me. You're talking about the stereo. You're talking about the stereotypes here. So he said, Flawless, I'm not talking about you specifically. I mean the stereotypical Ollie Outers in general. Because you know why the stereotypical Ollie Outers are like that? Because the good work he has done, he is now undoing. He was supposed to come in and stabilize us. He did that. I like this squad a lot. Is it still imbalanced? Yes. Does it still need improvement? 100%. But it's much better. If you go look at the squad he inherited and the squad he would leave for the manager, say another manager comes in the summer, let's say Zidane, the squad he would leave for Zidane is much better than what he got. That was what his job was to do. Get rid of players, bring players in, improve the vibes, get us into the Champions League 2 years in a row. Cool. Your job is done. I keep using this analogy. He was brought in to build the house. The house is built. Now my man's trying to tell you where furniture should go. Yeah, I'm saying that where the TV should go. You know what I'm saying? And all this type of stuff. You should put a washing machine there. A window. You should put a window here. The TV should go on that wall and not that wall. No, you're not the architect. You're not the interior designer. That's not your job. You will come in to build the house. The house is built. Now leave. You know what I'm saying? That's like my biggest issue with this guy. Go on.
It's like he's undoing. That's the danger. He's undoing everything that he's built. Like when he joined, he has done well in terms of building a good squad on paper that your fans like and have faith in terms of winning your games and getting you in Champions League. It's like you've got very good players there, and it seems a lot happier camp. Like you said, the vibes are there, and it's a lot. You're in a much better position than when Mourinho got sacked. But like you said, it's like Ollie's reached his ceiling. There's not much he can't go and win you and come and challenge for leagues and Champions Leagues. But all he's gonna do if he stays for another 2 to 3 years, he's just gonna destroy everything that he's built over these 2-3 years, and then it's gonna mean a big rebuilding job for the next manager. When it doesn't have to be, that's the thing. You could just get rid of Ollie now. Ollie could leave. You're getting a proper manager, and he doesn't have to do much rebuilding. Might have to buy a few players, but then he's got a decent squad there. The foundations are already set, and he can go and you can challenge for leagues and Champions League a lot quicker. And but if he stays for another 2 to 3 years, then he's just going to undo everything he's done, and it's you're not going to win any of the big trophies for a long time yet if that happens.
And that's what it is, Prime. It's kind of like Arsenal with Arsene Wenger, especially older Arsenal fans. Wenger time, I watched it because I remember, I'm old enough to remember Prime Wenger and what he did for them. I remember what he did for them, going invincible, winning the 2 league titles, the whole United, but he tarnished his legacy. And you can do that. And it will make, when you tarnish your legacy, it makes what you did in the past less relevant. But with Ollie, what he's doing is he's tarnishing his playing legacy. Because I always say, I remember him as a player. I'm old enough to remember him as a player. He's a part of the greatest achievement ever in English football when in modern times, easily with the treble. And one of United's most successful periods. We three-peated during that period, won a couple of FA Cups, dominance. And he was there for a long time. But now because of your bad management, it's affecting that. Because I'm looking at you like, are you a club legend? Yes, but the way you're carrying on, it makes it harder and harder for me and other people to be like, yo, are you a club legend? Because if you're a true club legend, and I never take that away from him as a player, can't you see that you're not good enough for this job? Surely, like there has to be some self-awareness. Like, do you genuinely believe you can win Premier League titles and Champions Leagues? And not even compete. Like, and if you do, you seriously need to look at yourself. If you look at what you've done in them 3 years, when you look at the managers previous, who I all wanted gone, did better than you. Get me? Mourinho had a worse team and won 2 trophies. Van Gaal had a worse team and won a trophy. You have now had 3 seasons here and won 0 trophies. And you're 0-4 in semi-finals and 1-5 and 0-1 in a final. And we got knocked out of a quarter-final, a semi-final, and a final this season. How many more things need to happen? Our defense being shocking, but yet that's where you spent the most money.
But even like
that makes sense.
A lot of people like give Ollie a lot of credit for finishing second this season. But then the season, I'm not even talking the season where Mourinho won 2 trophies. I'm talking about the season where he finished second. And what was it? He finished second with a high. When you compare Mourinho's second place season to Ollie's second place season, Mourinho had a higher points total and also got to a final and lost it. I think it was the FA Cup final. And he got beat by Chelsea. And also made it through to the Champions League knockouts, where obviously he got beat by Sevilla, which was really funny, but like at least he got to the knockouts in it. At the end of the day, Ollie
one of the most boring games I've ever watched in my life.
Bro, that's one of my favorite moments of you guys post Fergie when you got knocked out by Sevilla. You know how much I went into school the next day. I went in with so much chest, honestly. Like
I bet you did. You're a proper prick. You
know why I went in with so much chest for that game? Because you'd beaten us a few days before with the Rashford. Remember when Rashford
when he spanned Trent?
So I was getting so much shit at school, innit? Like I was getting so much shit in it. So like I was going, and we were already through to the next round of Champions League. So I was going in with my chest out when you lot got knocked out by Sevilla. That was such a beautiful night. I'm not gonna lie.
And big up to Ryan S as well. I wanted to get to
big up Ryan
S. On the panel, only thing coming home this summer are the passports and plane tickets. Flawless, your thoughts on Liverpool's current squad and if they can win the league next season? Definitely capable. Yes, I expect them to compete. I've said this. You know what I'm saying? Do they win it? I don't know, but I expect them to be in the race. They'll be in the conversation. I do favor Chelsea and City over them, but Klopp, all jokes aside, all rivalry aside, has got a big point to prove. You got a massive chip on his shoulder. And that's why they've already signed Kanate. I've seen they've been linked with Rafinha. Ryan, you all know you've been linked with a couple other players as well. So they're going to go again.
What's his name? Patson Daka. He's the Red Bull Salzburg striker or something. We're linked with him.
Yeah, as I'm saying, they going to go again. Like, they're going to do what City did last season when they had a terrible defense of the title. They're going to go again.
I think with that, in referring to that, it's like, I am confident we'll challenge because obviously getting top 4 was important. We got Champions League football. It means we kind of track players this summer. And also, we don't have to worry about Thursday, Sunday fixture congestion like that. It's just going to be normal mid-Champions League, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the Prem on Sunday or Saturday, whatever. So none of that, Europa League stupidness. So, like, I think that's important as well. But also, it's like you said, we get our injured players back. We get Van Dijk back. We're already, we've signed a few this summer. I think we will sign a fair few players this summer. We're being linked with a lot. And FSG do seem like they want to spend money this summer as well for once. So, and I think in terms of the squad, I have said this squad probably isn't good enough to win a league anymore because I thought it reached the end of its cycle. But if we get our injured players back and make a few signings, because obviously Wijnaldum's left, so we replace players like Kim. We get rid of like Origi, Shaqiri, and replace them with a couple of better squad players. Then yeah, and I also think like you said, Klopp, and also the players will want to bounce back after losing their title in the way they have this season. They will want to bounce back, with and they'll have a lot of hunger in them and motivation to bounce back, like what City did with Pep this season. So I'm not sure if we'll win it, but I'm very confident that we'll challenge and go close for it, 100%.
Yeah, I hear you that. And Notorious FAT says, Flawless, did you see what the Man City chairman said? Yes, I did see it, and that's
He's
a
a
club.
great chairman.
That's a club trying to
chairman.
go. They're trying to aim for the top. Like, they're trying to go places, and I respect it. And I wish my club would follow suit and do that. Flawless, not trying to be rude or anything, but the Ollie Inners fans, do they call you deluded because you're Ollie out? Yeah, but I don't really see it in it because more time is on socials, and I ain't paying attention to my mentions and that because, yeah, like, if you chat shit, I'll mute you in it. Like, I ain't going back and forth. Like, I got no type of energy for that type of thing in it. And plus on Twitter as well, if you don't follow me and you at me, then I won't see the comment. I mean, I won't see the mention as well. So I'm quick to ignore you, mute you, whatever. And because the thing is, I'm open for the conversation and the dialogue. But the problem is with Ollie Inners, they don't want to have, very few of them, I should say, very few of them. Some of them I'll stick up for Indiana and Neeks. They'll come and have the conversation with me, whether it's on the actual live stream or there in the comments.
Are they still Ollie in?
That's cool. I'm not sure. I've not spoken to him.
Well,
I'm not spoken to him, so I don't know about Indiana, and I'm not sure. But the thing is, what I like about those two and why I picked them out, Rachel as well. Shout out to her.
Rachel's Ollie out. I know that.
Yeah, but she was all. But we'll have the conversation. Whereas the people who will come and call me deluded for being Ollie out never want to have the conversation. The platform's open. How many times you lot in the comments who are regulars will know? How many times have I gone back and forth with you lot about things? I'm open for the conversation. But I've noticed with these Ollie Inners, they'll comment after the live chat and shit. It's like, why not come and have the conversation? What are you shook of? That's what I've always noticed in it. The majority of the criticism and wild shit man gets, it'll be after the live stream's finished and they'll comment on the video afterwards. But I'm like, we went live an hour and a half, 2 hours. Let's have the conversation because I'm open for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this is about. Me and Ryan have disagreed on many things in that. He thinks Graham Potter is the best, going to be the next best thing. I'm not a fan. I'm sold on Poch. He's not. But it's all about having the conversation. So I don't pay that too much mind in it. But once you start,
know what's crazy though?
I'm not with it. Go on, Jay. Go on.
What I've kind of noticed about the Ola Inners, especially after that finals, is basically they're cut between the emotional state and the logical state. And the logical state is saying Ole's got to go, but they're still in that emotional state. It's kind of like that FOMO, when it's like, you're trying to break up with a partner, but you're also thinking it's like, oh, am I going to miss out on something? And I feel like with Ole, a lot of United fans are so scared that we're going to have to rebuild that whole team. But the reality is we don't have to rebuild the whole team. Like you said, Ole has built the foundation and we have some strong, like when you think about like your Bruno, your Pogbas, there is a foundation there that we can build from. And I know United fans also don't want this rotation of managers. I think we need to get away from that, thinking that we're going to have another man for another 20 years, 25 years to run the club. It's not happening. The average coaching contract now is 18 months, and that's it. No matter how good you are, at some point you get stale, you got to go. So I think, and plus when you think about managers, like we haven't even like scraped the surface when it comes to managers. We got David Moyes, who, he was just not ready for the job at the time. Then we had Van Gaal, but I think Van Gaal was already done. This guy had been coaching Ajax back in the 90s. Like he was already on the verge of retirement. Then you had Grumpy Mourinho, who had just, finished 17th with Chelsea the season before. I mean, know who Mourinho is, right? We know the kind of person he is. He doesn't get his way. He kicks a storm. And then now we have Ole, and it's like, okay, those are 4 managers. We've not even like hit the tip of the iceberg in terms of managers. So why are we acting like we've gone through a list of, 20 managers and we still can't find success? It's just 4. And 3 out of the 4, like they're all just not good enough. You know what I mean? Like we just need to accept that and move on.
You know
know?
what it is with the Ollie
Yo,
Inners?
big up everyone who's watching on Twitch as well, man. Love to the Twitch gang. Big up Jeremiah in the cut. Yo, Jeremiah, please let me know if you're Ollie in or Ollie out. Sorry. I just wanted to get that in there because he is in the building and that. Love to everyone who is locked in. I see all the names and that. Big up to each and every one of you. But go on, Ryan. Go on.
You know what it is with the Ollie Inners? I know, as United fans, they would have probably wanted City to lose last week. But I think a lot of their worst nightmares and the worst thing that could have happened to them was Chelsea winning in terms of, because they love Ollie so much. Tuchel has shown, only been there 6 months, but he's managed to coach his team to a Champions League. Ollie's been there 2.5 years, but can't win anything. And, that's, the Ollie Inner's worst nightmare, it's not as if Tuchel won it because he was on some honeymoon period, like what kind of Di Matteo did. Di Matteo kind of won. Tuchel won the Champions League because he's a quality manager, and Chelsea pammed and dominated every round they got to the final. They won it in a very convincing way, under Tuchel. It was no honeymoon or luck thing, and that he's shown in a period of 6 months he's taken over a team that were being laughed at under Lampard, that were close to Arsenal in the table, and has won them the Champions League and got top 4. That was the Ollie in his worst nightmare, because it proves that Ollie's just not the guy, and you need a proper manager can do so much in such a short space of time. But Ollie's had so long and has done jack shit, to be fair. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and you touched you hit the nail on the head right there, and then I couldn't have put it any better myself, and it's refreshing hearing it, all jokes aside, from a rival fan, type of thing. Because, like I said, people are gonna back this manager. Some people will turn on new evidence. Like, I've seen a lot of people turn because of the final, but I still see people still backing him. And it's like, how much more evidence, or give him one more season to do what? So then if he fails at that season, then what? All right, and Jay, you touched on it, this whole, we can't sack managers. Why? When did that become a thing? I must have missed that memo when that became a thing, when we can't sack managers anymore. Like, what did we do between Sir Matt Busby and Sir Alex? We sacked managers during that period. I literally just watched the United way, and he ran all the way back from the Busby Babes up until the 99 season, and they went through the managers that got sacked. Managers got sacked. We went a 26-year period without winning a league title. Yes, we won a few FA Cups, but that's what you do. Liverpool did it. It took them 31 years to get the right man.
That's a load of managers. Yeah, one won a Champions League, one won, some won a couple of FA Cups and stuff, but it took so many managers to eventually find one who could win us the league, and so change your managers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
just need to find it. Yeah.
Facts. And Eugene here says it's bad when rival fans want Ollie to stay.
Surely that should be a sign. Surely that should be a sign to the Ollie Inners that rival fans are desperate for your own manager to stay in it. Surely that's got to be a sign.
I got so many messages after that finals. I got messages from rival fans saying, Josh, we finally hear you. Because everybody kept saying, because no one watches Manchester United week in, week out if you're not a fan, right? So all they're just seeing is second on the table, Rashford scoring goals, Bruno is scoring, top goal scoring all of Europe. And that's all the media is feeding people. And then after that finals, it's kind of like, whoa, okay, this is what Ole's doing. He got exposed.
As a United fan, do you want Klopp to stay at Liverpool?
Absolutely not. I'm tired of this guy.
But obviously, I want Ollie to stay at United. The fact that Flawless doesn't want my managers to stay shows that my manager is quality. He's scared of us. It's just simple, isn't it? Facts. I want his manager to stay because he's crap and they're doing nothing under him.
That is as simple as it gets. I want Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel to leave today. You know what I'm saying? And I want all three of them to up and leave today. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I said this about Chelsea. The squad was there. We'd find out how good Lampard was, and we found out he wasn't. Tuchel came in with that same team that Lampard said, this is not ready to compete. That man won a Champions League and got to an FA Cup final and finished in the top 4. And none of those players, he spent £0 on that team. So imagine what happens when he gets rid of players he doesn't necessarily want, and he brings in players and he can implement his style further, what he possibly could do. It could all go wrong. But we know what Chelsea like. You know what Chelsea will do if it goes wrong for Tuchel? Next season, they'll be back. They win a trophy every 2 years. It's literally, that's why I predicted them to win the FA Cup or the Champions League, because they was due. Their last trophy was 2019. Under Roman Abramovich, they've never gone longer than 2 years without a trophy. Because you know what Roman does? They sign quality players And if the manager's not working out, all right, you're gone. That's why they've been the most successful team since his takeover.
Yeah.
They've won everything. They've won 2 Champions Leagues in his era,
5 league titles,
5 league titles, multiple
Europa
FA
League.
Cups, Europa League twice, League Cup, everything.
Everything.
And people are like, oh, I don't want my club to be run that. You don't want your club to win things. No,
win
there's
trophies.
no. It's not. This isn't a Disney film in it. There's no romance. You know what I'm saying? In that, you get the odd one, like with 05 with Ryan's Jokers in Istanbul, or us at the new camp in 99. But what I'm saying is those things are rare. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Disney. You know what I'm saying? It's not Marvel. This ain't DC. This is no film thing. This is real life. You know what I'm saying? And you don't always win exactly in the fashion you want. I just want United to be successful. I don't care who's in charge. We could hire Steven Gerrard tomorrow. And if I had a crystal ball and I knew he was going to win us a quadruple 2 seasons in a row, I'm taking that.
Yeah,
I'm taking that. I can't stand Gerrard because of his Liverpool ties, but I don't care about the how. Just get it done. Or this, we can't sack managers. It's not the United way. The United way is winning. That's what I remember. The United way is winning. This is the longest time I think in my lifetime in our period where we've gone without a trophy. I'm a 90s baby. And this 4-year period, if I remember correctly, is the longest I think we've ever gone without winning a trophy.
I think it is.
That's not the United way.
Yeah.
That's not the United way. The United way is picking up winners' medals and that. Not 0-4 in semi-finals and 0-1 in the final and sticking with the managers. Not good enough.
Not picking up the "we feel sorry for you" medals last week, innit?
Yeah, all that type of stuff. Like, how many finals did you lot make? You know what I'm saying? This season and that. Yeah, we had a better season than you jokers, though, innit? You know what I'm saying?
The United way as well is also
got the same out of this season. You finished 5. We both got top 4. We literally both in pot. We both got no trophies, and we're both in pot 2 of the Champions League. We basically had the same season.
No, we didn't. Where did you finish in the league?
3rd, 5 points behind you, with a better defensive record.
And where did we finish in the league?
No centre backs.
Where did we finish in the league? Like I just said, I don't care about the how. You know me? Where did we finish in the league? 2nd. You lot finished 3rd.
Worst second place finishers of all time.
I don't care. We still finished above
and
you.
We're the best second place finishers of all time in the history of football.
Yeah, that's the Liverpool way, innit? Hey, all I said is we had a bad season than you. I didn't say we had a good season. I just said we had a bad season than you lot, which we did. You know what I'm saying?
The difference between Flawless and the Ole in, folks, is Flawless uses the 2nd place for banter. That's it. Except the Ole in guys use it as actually.
I just use it for banter purposes. We finished above you, and he can't argue that. Like, it's 5 points, but we still finished above you. So we had a bad season. We both got 0 trophies. I'm saying, so it's on league positions then, innit? And we finished above you in the league. Therefore, we had a bad season, and that's fantastic. Right back behind us. You know what I'm saying? Great.
I was going to ignore you, innit?
Love it, innit? It's great, man. The truth hurts. Hey, you might ignore me, but you can't ignore the truth, fam, innit? Look at
we
that
have
league
this
table.
debate on Twitter every day, you know.
Because you always trying to draw me out. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
You always trying to draw me out. You always try it, innit? I wake up to some nonsense from Ryan. Sorry, did you want to get to a comment, Ryan?
NM said Ryan, what's wrong with Klopp? Thought he was a masterclass manager. When did I say what's wrong with Klopp?
Yeah, you are. He is. Yeah, he is Klopp to the fullest, innit? Like he is.
Yeah, I am literally Klopp's biggest fan.
Yeah, he is.
I'm literally Klopp till I die.
I think it's Yan City that doesn't like Pep. I know Yan City doesn't like Pep.
She don't like Pep.
Nah, she loves Pep.
She loves Pep.
She loves Pep.
She's always critical of him every time. Like, you know what it was? Like, she's always been critical of him.
You might have just caught them when they've been on losses, innit? Like, what she'll do is, and I give her credit to this, is like she'll even though she's a massive fan of him, she'll criticize and say you got it wrong.
Nah, she's like that. Yeah.
I misunderstood there.
Yeah. She's a big fan. Taha says, "What do you think of Tottenham approaching Conte flawless? Mourinho 2.0. Don't get it. I don't get why he would go there. I'm gonna land and then you can respond. I don't know why he would go there. Number 1, and 2, why they would approach him. Conte is a very fiery manager. He's leaving Inter Milan because he's not being backed, and they have to sell their better players and better assets. So why would you go to Spurs, who are possibly losing Harry Kane, then could lose Son and other top players, and you're not going to get much money? And then on the flip side with it, Conte is very much like Mourinho in terms of he'll kick up a fuss if he doesn't get what he wants. We've just seen this with Mourinho, but it's kind of like Levy's at the point where he's like, we just need to get a trophy at all costs. Like he's willing to bet the house and just win a League Cup and everything's on fire. That's what he literally did to me, because that's not a longevity thing, because you know what goes. And I rate Conte as a manager, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying you know what he's like. He's literally leaving Inter Milan because he's having issues with the board. If I remember correctly, his 2nd season at Chelsea, he had issues with the board because of the signings. So then why would you then? So where would you go to Spurs where you notoriously don't get backed like that? Levy, we know Levy like doesn't spend big money. So to me, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
And it makes less sense the Mourinho one, because the Mourinho one was a marriage of convenience. I got it. Mourinho was staying in London. They needed that. They needed a manager. It kind of made sense. Mourinho trying to build himself up. Spurs needed a trophy. Conte's on a high. Why would he go Spurs? If I'm advising Conte, why are you going Spurs? You've just won a Scudetto at Inter Milan. Why are you going Spurs?
The Europa
don't get it.
Conference League.
Yeah, like to play, you get me, Dynamo, Kebab and Chips in Estonia. It makes no sense to me. I'm lost. Like, I'm really baffled that they would approach him, that he would talk. I see it on the horizon, man. Disaster. It's going to end in tears, like I told Spurs fans about Mourinho. I told Spurs fans about, after they beat us 6-1, they were gassed. And I said, the honeymoon period with Mourinho is fantastic. But once it's over, it's terrible. It's awful. And yo, ask Spurs fans about. I've had Spurs fans say, yo, United fans, I apologize to you lot because we should have listened, because it really is bad. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing 3 DMs at home and stuff like that, like, and then he'll dig out. He never blames himself. He'll always dig out your team. He'll dig out the players. He'll dig out the fans. He'll dig out the board. Like he's a disaster. But is it worth it for a trophy? Yeah, but he couldn't even win you a trophy, which is mad. But yeah, go on, Ryan. I'll let you answer that.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because Conte is a top manager. And the fact that if Tottenham can get him is quite a, it looks is a good statement by Tottenham. But the problem is, it's like, I'm just surprised why Conte would go there. Exactly like what you said. With the reason why he's leaving Inter Milan, he'll probably encounter the same problems at Tottenham. Because it's Daniel Levy in it. Like, we all know what he's like. But like, he probably might end up. He'll have a good start there, but things will start to come unstuck. Even though he's a very good manager, and like, I don't know. It's just a really big strange. It's a strange one to me. I was shocked when I heard. I thought they'd just go for Poch, but it looks like this is going to happen. Actually, it looks like it's quite close to happening. Tottenham with Conte. So yeah, I think it will happen, and it just I don't know what to think of it. To be fair, I genuinely don't know, because he might win like an FA Cup there. I don't know in it, but it's a real strange one to me.
And yo, we got over 60 people watching across all platforms, and we're only on 50 likes. Please get them numbers up on the YouTube. Over 60 people watching on YouTube, which is big. Love to you lot. Get the likes up on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Jay Socials Touchline Talks. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel, and you can answer this question as well, Jay. What do you think of Tottenham approaching Conte? I'm still baffled by it. Like, it's wobbled my head.
I'm actually interested to see how it works out. But I actually did say that on my show.
Yo, you just want to see the car crash, fam. You hear me? That's what it is. You just want to see the car crash. That's what it is.
I actually think it could work. Because first of all, Poch back to Tottenham just sounded like bad news. I just felt like, why are you going back there? Just stay at PSG for one more season, or come to United if you can. If that's an option in your contract. But the Conte thing, I think it's actually good for Tottenham right now, because I think Tottenham, they need to keep Kane as much as they can. So this could be a way to attract a big name manager, keep Kane. I think he can probably get the best out of he can get the best out of these players that he has. And the thing with Conte as well too, he doesn't need star players to get the job done. And I think right now Tottenham is in that position whereby they can't attract the biggest names. So, but at least they can attract decent names by Conte being there. So I think it's a good project for him. And it could also be a situation whereby, like Ancelotti, whereby there's probably a clause in his contract that says he can probably leave too, if a bigger club comes knocking. But when you think about it, I think it does make sense for the team that he's going to. They're not going to get the biggest players, but they're going to get decent enough players. I did read an article saying that he's looking to get a few of the Inter Milan players to that team. So who knows? And then I was going to make another point too with that, is right now, where else would he really go in terms of teams? Because Juve, Allegri is at Juve now, and I don't really see him going to Juve. Who else is available? Man U, we're not going to change our coach. Everywhere else is pretty taken except for PSG. Actually, PSG too has.
I was gonna say, wait. I look at it, PSG, Barcelona. They're the two that stick out. They're the two that stick out. Real Madrid as well, because it's a revolving door as much as I rate Ancelotti. To me, I get your point in that there's not much options. I just think Spurs,
But Barcelona are broke. Like, they
That's-
literally have no money.
yeah.
So
Messi, you do have Messi and Aguero there though. That could be a
Yeah.
that could be a seller. I get your point on what you're saying is my main point on it is the no option is better than Spurs. Like I'd rather be out of work than go to Spurs. For Conte, I'm saying that's not a shot at Spurs as a football club. I'm just saying for Conte, I don't get it. Spurs is if you look at who Spurs have been linked with in terms of managers, it's all managers trying to make the jump up to the next level. Nuno, Graham Potter, like are they good enough? Like to me, Conte he's a level above. Like you're proven. You know what I'm saying? You've won three Scudettles, you've won a Premier League, you've won an FA Cup. Why would you? I just baffled. Unless maybe he just likes being in London that much. Maybe it's that.
yeah, that's another point.
There's gotta be certain.
And that's a nice stadium too. That's a really nice stadium.
Maybe looks like Kane and Son and goals. Go on.
Hasn't Conte worked with Chiellini?
Yeah. He would have.
Hasn't Chiellini told him about the history of the Tottenham?
Maybe not. Maybe he wasn't there. Maybe Chiellini wasn't there in that Man City
sure he
history
would
of
be.
Tottenham.
Or
Possibly.
maybe, you know what? Maybe he's trying to get that Amazon contract.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe.
That could be it too.
He might be here. He's trying to get that Amazon.
Get that
'cause he
high
is-
profile.
Yeah, he is. Notorious FAT says flawless Spurs want Juve's director of football. That could change things. That could definitely change things. But I just don't understand it in it. I don't get it. Super GX says yes, bros. Is one of you watching this YouTube video? I'm getting an echo.
No.
Is it not? All right. You not? Can you not hear that echo?
I heard it. Yeah, I heard it.
All right, it's gone now. It's gone now.
It's gone
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone now. No issues. Prime saying this will end worse than Jose. That's a better shout. Jacob, that is a fantastic shout. Why not go Everton? Because you know they're going to spend peas. And I think it's less pressure than Spurs. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. To me, Everton's less pressure than Spurs. And you're getting more money. And you're going there. You got Hammers there. You got Allen there. Ducore's there. You like playing wing backs. You've got Coleman. You got Digne. You got Dominic Calvert-Lewin there with Charlison. That's a Jacob. That is a fantastic shout. That's so good. I'm annoyed I didn't think of that. Why not go Everton if you want to come back? Maybe you don't want to go Merseyside, but it's why I'd love to hear if it does happen, his reasons as to why. Because I don't get it. But if you're looking at a challenge, maybe you go like Everton. To me is a better shot, I would say. Yeah, man saying Conte should come to Arsenal. It won't work with Spurs players. Why would you go North London?
Where'd you go to
in
Arsenal?
general? Yeah, definitely Arsenal. I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. Big up Saint. Yeah, man. Jump on when you're ready. I was going to say, here we go. Alexis Sanchez in the building. Big up to you. Saka or Rashford for Euro start. We'll start with you, Jay.
Oh, geez. I
said, oh, geez.
No, I'm taking Saka, man. I'm taking Saka. I think Saka has had a really good season. I'll say he's been more consistent than Rashford has been. I'll definitely go with Saka for that. And I think Saka is somebody that I'm happy that he made the England squad because, if we're kind of going back to the right back conversation that we had, rather than replacing Trent with another right back, you have Saka that could also fill in that gap as well. So he's a utility player. And I think, he had a good game today as well, too. But I just like Saka. I think he's, I think he's a better option than Rashford right now.
Because he said Euro start. Same to you, Ryan. Because he did say Euro start. Go on.
Yeah, I'd go Saka in it. Like Jay Social summed it up really well there. He's being more consistent. Plus, Rashford ain't fit. Let's be honest. Rashford hasn't been fit for time. I don't even think Rashford should. Even though I think Rashford's overrated in it. Like I don't rate him as highly as a lot of people do in it. Like I just don't see it really. I think he's a good player. That's it. But like Saka, I think is better than him. And just like he's. Like you said, he's been more consistent, and I don't think Rashford, for the good of his career, should be going to the Euros. It's clear he's not fully fit. He's not been fit for a while. He's been playing through injury, and I think they say he's in need of surgery or something. Like,
yeah,
like, bro, have your surgery, man. Like, don't go to a international tournament, bro. Like, you've played so much football. If you go to the Euros. Then you go to pre-season with United. Then the season starts. You're not getting any rest, bro. You need surgery, bro. You need to get rest. So take the Euros off and just rest up, or he's gonna wreck his career up, man. Like he will, innit? And as much as he's a United player, I don't want to see him wreck his career, innit? I don't want to see that happen to any player. So like, bro, he needs to rest, innit? He needs to rest himself because he's had like ankle injuries, back injuries, and all this. Like, man just needs to rest himself, innit? But plus, I think even if he was fit, I think Saka should play anyway because I think Saka's better for me, and I rate him more in it. So I'd go Saka.
And decision making as well too. I think Saka makes better decisions.
He's a lot more. I think he's
just
a lot
smarter of a player
on the pitch. Yeah.
I rate them both like highly. I do rate them both highly, and he did say for start. So in terms of starting, neither of them would make my starting 11. But if I'm picking one, I would go with Saka for a lot of the reasons that Ryan mentioned, just about Rashford just not being fit and needing to take a break. My front three would be this from Zane. He says Sancho, Grealish, Kane is my front three.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the front three I'm going with. That is my front three. Go on.
Can I ask you a question about Rashford? Actually, if Rashford's career, heaven forbid, it does kind of get wrecked because of injuries, how much blame does Ollie have to take for that?
Oh, he's not. He definitely has to be held accountable. I'm not sure how much because I'd put it mainly on Rashford because you know your body better than anyone else. But it's on Rashford, it's on the manager, so it would be on Ollie. It'd be on the coaching staff. It'd be on the physios. They're the four people I look at, well, not four people, but you get me.
Like four parties.
The four. There we go. The four parties involved in it. I look at Rashford mainly, then I look at the manager because how come I can be watching it on my TV and see that Rashford's not fit? How can Nuruddin and Aaron be in the stadium and telling me they can see Rashford's not fit? But Ollie's there. Not only are you watching him live for an hour and a half play, you're in training with him the majority of the week, can't see he's fit. You know what I'm saying? Why don't Rashford not saying anything? Why the coach is not saying, something's off with Rashford, Why the physios are declaring him fit when he's not fit and that, just to run him into the ground. So it could be what could have been, and I pray it doesn't happen. I just want him to get his rest. I would have rather him not have been in the squad. I'd rather, because he's just gonna run himself into the ground. Hopefully he doesn't start. I'm hoping he don't, because he shouldn't start anyway.
Yeah,
he shouldn't start. To me,
I don't know if he'll start games, but he will be coming off the bench a lot.
Well, at least save him till like the later round, like where you need that pace.
Is he coming off the bench? Let's say it is. So say the front three is Sancho, Grealish, and Kane. Let's use those for example. You still got Sterling. You still got Dominic Calvert-Lewandowski. You still got Foden. You still got Mount, who he's fan of. So you got four players
he loves
there.
Rashford, innit?
You still got Saka, but he loves Mount as well. Though. He's a big fan of Mount.
But I think Mount starts games. I ain't gonna lie.
He's a big fan of Mount.
I think he should be starting too.
Yeah, you like Sancho. Then you got Grealish in there as well. You got Kane. You got Saka. You have many options in those forward. I get what you're saying.
Many options.
How many subs do you get? How many? Is it 5 subs in the Euros?
I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure.
Is it? No, is it a Power League Euros like the Premier League that England won? No chance. You know what I'm saying? Is there drinks breaks and that? Yeah, mad. Big up Drizzy that's here. He says, I like how you just mashed down peas for this. He said, France will smoke England trash.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody is disputing here that England will beat France. That's not what I'm saying. How England, what's it called? How England, I think, go far in this tournament is to sit deep, defend, and hit teams on the counter attack. That's what I think they should do. That would be my protocol if I'm Southgate with that back five. Get me whatever two you play in front, whether it's a Rice and a Phillips or a Rice and a Bellingham, whoever, and then play Grealish, Foden, Mount, all these players in that, and catch him on the break.
Do you think England? This is going back to the World Cup. Do you think if England had gotten past Croatia like they bloody should have done, that we would have had any chance against France? Because I don't think we would have had a prayer.
Not a chance. Like France crushed that Croatian midfield of Modric and Rakitic. That Croatia team was actually fire.
Yeah, that Croatia
was a really good team.
Team. Very good team. But we wouldn't have had a chance against the France team like that.
No.
The Pogba and Kante, fucking hell, no chance. No chance.
No.
Yeah. Mbappe's speed alone. I don't even know who were your defenders.
Mbappe's speed against Maguire and Stones. Oh my god.
Yeah, who were England's defenders in 2018?
It was a three at the back. It was Maguire, Stones, and Walker.
Yeah.
But I reckon Maguire. Mbappe is intelligent. He would have just played a Maguire.
That's what it will be as well. It will be Maguire, Stones, and one sec. Bear with me. You lot keep going. 1 sec.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, yeah, I mean, England wouldn't have had a chance. I just remember watching that semi-final with my mates, and at halftime we're 1-0 up, thinking we're gonna be playing France, and then like, nah, we wouldn't have had a
We
chance,
came
bro. The fact
back.
we lost, got panned by Croatia, like, nah, no chance against France, bro.
I can't lie. I was nervous it's just for France. I was nervous for the Argentina game. I remember I was at the cottage
Oh, that was a
and my
great game.
internet was bad. And this was the knockout round of 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the internet was bad, so I log in and it's like I think it was like first half or something. We were down like 2-0. I'm like, what is going on here? It's just stressing.
Welcome, my Don. Hilarious Donny. Absolutely hilarious Donny. Great energy. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic energy. One of the funniest Dons out here. That's why I keep telling you, hilarious Don. Knows his stuff as well on top of that. And I know he's going to bring absolute vibes in it. Like, he is going to bring the vibes to this Q&A. Man, like Satan in the building. What are you telling me, Satan? You good?
Come on. Hey, what an intro, man.
Yes,
My
we're
guy,
good.
Flawless. What an intro.
Come
Jeez.
on.
Bang, bang. Yo.
Okay, we've got
What's going on? I'll go on Jay Socials. You're good, my guy.
What's good,
Yeah,
man?
Jay, meet Saint, meet Jay and that. Yeah. But go on,
What's
Jay.
good? What's good?
Carry on saying what you were saying, my guy.
Yeah. No, I was just basically saying, like, I was nervous for that Argentina game and also the Belgium game as well. Those were like the two games I was nervous about. Croatia, I wasn't too worried about Croatia, but that Croatia team was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Nah, I hear what you're saying. David Fisher here says you can't tell me Rashford is a better RM than Lingard. Rashford is lost playing there because he can't go inside. He can't go inside. Here's the thing though with that, it's all on because he can play right wing. Like, I think it's a myth. I've said this before and that. What him playing right mid does, the reason why I prefer him there, because it forces him to think more and do more. Because when he plays on the left of Manchester United, he wants to just cut in and shoot. Cut in, bang it. Like, that's always his first thought. But if you look at goals he set up from crosses, because he's a good crosser of the ball, and he's crossed from deep on the right-hand side. If he's playing from the left, he's shooting from there. But more time, he's crossing, he's trying to link it up. So this whole thing, like, oh, he can't play from the right. He can I disagree with that wholeheartedly. He can he's definitely capable of playing from the right. But it's all about the system, etc., and getting things in and around him to help him as well. But I'll soon find out. But yo, Saint, I'll ask you this.
Go on.
Someone asked it before in that. Conte to Spurs. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a mad one, isn't it? That one is a bit mad. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Hey, let's say it's a bit mad. Like, flip it up. Because was it you that said that, Flawless? Like, everyone that's in, when you're looking at it, they're all like making a step up. Like, I'm like, that makes sense. Nuno. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I'm looking at certain man. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I'm like, even I would hate it, but even Steven Gerrard, I'm like, that makes sense. I get it. Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you're saying Conte, I'm like, but you're a badder man. Like, what's going on? Like, you're a serious don.
Yeah.
Kane leave?
Say that again.
Does Kane leave? Because what if he's coming over without the intent? You might be looking at it differently. Because them man might pull an FSG. Do you know what I mean? Because one thing you said, again, Flawless, which I agree, bro, is that Daniel Levy, he likes Tottenham being a big club. You know, them ones there. And he knows that they're literally one cup. He don't give a fuck what cup, bro. They're one cup away, you know, from dining out. Like, them lot will be dining out. And bro, if they still had the Worthington Cup and all of that, he'd be loving it, man. Trust me, he don't care, bro. The FA Cup, he'll be talking to Man City, like, what, you ain't got a Champions League? We've got FA Cup in that. You don't care, bro.
You don't care.
You know, like that. Like, so I think you lot might be looking at it differently in terms of, like, what if Conte is coming over, not with the intentions of keeping the Harry Kane, but knowing that when I say they're going to pull an FSG, they're going to get the money. Like, he might not have to put his hand in his pocket. He might say to Conte, here's 200 million. Boom. Do you know what I mean? Like, and Conte as well. It's a shame you have a serial winner like Mourinho and you're the one club that he don't win with. You know, like that. Like, come on. But I reckon Conte's and he's got the nous like to know that all I need is the FA Cup here. You know, like that. Like I've got the money. I've got 200 million. Let's say they get rid of I've got 200. It will look like bare dough, but they're just pulling an FSG. They're just selling an asset and then reinvesting the dough. And I do think that Daniel Levy will reinvest that dough. He will not I don't think he's gonna give them no dough, but he will reinvest that Kane money. And do you see what I'm saying? And Conte will come in and think, you know what? I come in for a year and a half. I get a whole fresh squad. I win a little cup. Like you said, someone said it. You know, you got the London. I get to be back in London.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that was it. Maybe he likes London a lot. It could be because what you're saying there makes sense.
If he's coming in with the intentions of keeping Kane, I don't understand it.
Okay,
I don't understand it because Daniel Levy ain't gonna allow you to keep and then say, yeah, big man. Here's 150. Really and truly, 150 M's in the transfer market is dead food, and he ain't giving you that. That's true.
But with a coach like Conte, though, having Son, having Harry Kane, I don't know if Bale's gonna stay. Those kind of players in Dembele, and I think Tottenham has a good squad. I feel it's more Mourinho, as much as the players didn't seem to be coachable or whatever. I want to see what Conte can do with this squad first before I start judging that.
You know what the problem was with the problem is with the squad is that the defense is just awful. That's what it is.
Yeah,
the midfield and attack.
They don't have a good squad. They have a good.
Midfield's good. I don't think their midfield's that good.
They got 5-6 players, and you pretty much listed most of them. When you get into the depths of it, that's what happened at the beginning of the season. They were like, "Yo, our squad's bugger. Are you mad, man?" Hey, you know, man, like Rodon and that, like that. It's like,
I think it's
you know what I'm saying.
It was the defensive side because if you look at it, obviously you got Kane, you got Son, you got Moore,
you got Dyer, and bro.
You look at the defense because I like their midfield with Bill. I'm a fan of Ndombele. I like Højbjerg. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, is it the best of the best? No, but is it good enough for Spurs to be doing better? Yeah, similar. Like they should have just went for it with attack because their attack is miles better than their defense and that. And maybe if you do get with maybe Conte looks at it and goes, you know what? I can get them defensively solid. I'll be fine in terms of goals. Whether Kane stays or not, Kane does stay or he don't stay, you've still got Son there. You know what I'm saying? And we know we've seen him do this. He's been successful over here before. So maybe he looks at it and goes, I have players who can play wing back if I do so. It'd be interesting to see if he does go there.
Yeah,
how
he
utilizes it.
And also, Dele Alli has he's got a big point to prove next season. Like he finished the season strong, so I'm thinking he could be utilized next season better. Because I think that's the thing with Mourinho, right? Is Alex Ferguson, he didn't like you, he sold you off. Mourinho, he doesn't like you, or for whatever reason that he gives to not play someone, it's like Mourinho jail. And there's not a chance that you're coming back on. So I think Dele Alli missing the entire season and then coming back in form, like he was on form like for the last couple of games. I think he has a big point to prove next season. If not, that could probably be his final season at Tottenham. So that could also be a huge addition.
You just want to be careful with man like Ali. You don't want him to become like Bellerin, like, you know, like that when they had like Barcelona willing to pay them all 20-something million for Bellerin, and then they were like, and now they
wish they did.
You know when you said like, oh, the thing is with Tottenham, they're dealing with owners that aren't necessarily like frugal with their money. So it's like you got to be careful. It's like if you wait to find out that Dele Alli actually is a sheikh, you're not getting no, you know, like that. But he could actually be a main pawn in a summer. Do you know what I mean? He could get some nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
PSG.
I get what you're saying. You can reinvest.
You can reinvest nice money in that. It's just you got to be very intelligent. You know what I mean? And you might make the wrong move, keep Dele Alli, and then think, oh no, he's a bum. Or do you know what I mean? Or you don't know, man. But then it'll bunch on the man if they let him go and then he's balling out. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a funny one. It's a tricky one.
It'd be interesting to see how it does, like pursuing if he goes there, because obviously they'll ask him on Kane and they'll speak on it straight away because we know what.
Shout out, man! That said, on real talk though, I'm glad because I don't like them pagans. But why didn't you look at Everton? That was a good shout, you know.
Yeah, my man who said that in the comments. Shout out to Jacob who said that. I was like, if you're really looking to come back, like, why not go to Everton where it's less pressure and you're going to get more money to spend? I'm saying
Yeah,
They
but-
finished
yeah,
12th,
manager,
bruv. You can finish
like-
above 12th, bruv, and you're
Yeah,
doing
they
bits. You
yeah,
know
they
what I'm
finished
saying?
12th.
Like,
And that's a
Can
pretty
we talk-
decent squad.
Can we
That's a
talk about
decent squad.
Everton's best ever manager in their history dipping after like 1.5 seasons in it?
Yo, 'cause
Can we
Madrid-
also talk? Can we
Go on.
also talk that at our worst this season, when we were getting absolutely slated, we were 9th. Then man finished 12th. Oh, shut up, man.
Did they
Get
finish
out.
12?
No,
I thought
it was
it
10th.
was
It was 10th. It was 10th.
It was 10th. It was
was
10th.
10th.
Bro,
Yeah,
even give
yeah.
us 11th. I don't
It was
care.
12th
Give us
the season
11th
before.
even. Bro, them man finished. What is going on, bro? Like we were 9th at our worst. They finished 10th, bro, with the
And we
best
finished
manager that they've
third.
ever had. Like, come on, Rude, boy. These men are shocking.
Yo, Madrid
And we
keep
finished
calling
third,
it
remember?
Madrid or Merseyside, didn't it? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he took
That
the choice.
revolving door in Madrid is mad, bro.
Yeah,
Do they
but
it is
WD-40 that? You think they WD-40 that door? Because that team just be...
Nah, they don't
Alright.
WD. You know why they don't WD-40 it? Because it's never getting rusty. It's in constant motion.
It's
That's
in
constant
constant-
motion. It's in constant
Wallace.
motion. Go on, Ryan.
Do you feel like pissed off that all it would have taken for you is to just sack Ollie and you could have easily gotten Carlo from Everton? Because if you'd have approached Carlo, he's going to Man United, isn't he? Let's be
Easy.
honest.
Come on, Ryan. Stop
Easy.
it. Stop
That's
it.
the manager I wanted, and we just keep missing managers.
I just
and
like
missing
Jay
managers
Salters,
and
I just
missing
like rubbing
managers
it
and
in,
missing
innit?
managers.
I just like rubbing salt in the
We
wounds,
miss
innit?
we miss Poch. You get what I'm saying? And let him go off to PSG. We miss Nagelsmann going to Bayern Munich. We missed Ancelotti
I
now
thought
going
you
to
didn't
Madrid.
like Nagelsmann,
No, the thing is, here's the thing is, Nagelsmann, would he be one of my first picks?
but he's
No.
better than Ollie,
At this
innit?
point, anybody is better than Oli. I'm
Yeah,
taking managers
they
I don't
are.
really rate like that because I know they'll do better than him. The
Can I
bar's
ask you
on
a
the floor.
question?
Yeah. Go on, Sam.
They ain't moving to Ollie like that, yeah? So do you feel like it's on Ollie to be like, guys, like, I feel like I've done as far as I can go with this club, regardless of whatever position he leaves you, because some might be like, oh, bro, you're leaving us in a bad situation, whatever the case may be. But do you think that ultimately that would be better? Or do you think, well, at the end of the day, you can't sack yourself as such, innit? Man just gonna keep on, he should just keep doing his thing until it's the owner should be on the, you know what I mean? Do you
The
understand?
owners should be on the owners, but we know they're incompetent. So therefore, when you're working for someone who's incompetent and it's handicapping you, because we've said this all the time, I've said this many times about Oli and any manager coming into Manchester United, they are not given the best possible platform to succeed. So these people are handicapping you. You should see from because supposedly Oli asked for more in the summer and he didn't get it. So they're making my job harder to do. So therefore, you should look at that and go, they don't have the best interest of the club at hand because they're not giving me all the tools I need to succeed. And even the tools I am being given, I'm not utilizing to the fullest. So when does your own self-awareness come in? That's what I want with Oli. Like you said
Yeah,
there,
but
like
this
you
is
think
but
for me.
this is what I don't understand, Flawless. And I want to talk to a man like you, yeah, because you talk to me, brother. How can you talk about self-awareness? You're using big words, yeah, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, what's going on, bro? I don't understand what's going on.
But you know why he should have self? Because the thing is, you're the first to talk about, and Ollie's the first to talk about United DNA. You've been here. You know what I'm saying? And that you know what it's
you
like.
were a Lengman.
Yes.
In your time, yeah, you weren't just any bit part player, even though you played the part of. You were actually a decent player. And you never looked in the mirror and thought, brother, let me go and show these man. Let me go and show myself that you never showed that as a player. So what do you see in why is it that you're wanting that in him as a manager? You know, like that. Like that's why I'm like, how can you use self-awareness with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? You never had it as a player, brother.
Yeah,
I'm not
expecting it. I'm not expecting it from him, but it's like when you just look at the job you're doing, it's kind of
frustrating
like,
that he don't have it. Like,
it's very frustrating. That it's like, do you really believe you have the minerals for this? Do you really believe you are doing a good job? If you look at what is going on, the way we play, nothing's matching up. You know what I'm saying? I'll take trophies I'll take bad football if you're getting trophies. I'm results over everything.
What if Ollie wins the Audi Cup this summer?
Are we even in the Audi Cup? You keep
Audi
mentioning
Cup.
this cup.
Man,
This guy keeps mentioning this.
Where does this cup even?
Are we in the Audi Cup? Are we legit in the Audi Cup?
What is that?
Spurs won the Audi Cup a couple. Oh my God, Spurs have won more trophies than you in the past 4 years. That's
Are we counting
embarrassing.
preseason? Are we counting preseason trophies? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even
that's
count
what
it.
they're doing now.
We're not doing
I don't
that.
count
We're
it.
not doing
Yeah,
No, I
that's
think
not
there's
right.
any preseason tournaments, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
too
I don't
much
count on
football.
preseason.
I'm
That's Ryan,
counting
innit? Ryan be playing FIFA, and then when you gotta do the preseason tournament, hailing them up and that. You know what I'm saying? And that, hailing it up and that. Yeah, man, when the preseason think,
Then
when
when
Football
the
Manager going to the
preseason
board and that,
I swear
asking for
we won
extra
the
transfer
Audi Cup.
funds.
I
Yeah,
swear
and
we
you
won
would
the
know
Audi
that.
Cup a few years ago.
You,
Yeah,
you would know that. I
I
have no
think we beat
idea what
Leicester in the
preseason.
Bro, I
final.
don't even know that. I didn't even know that, bro.
I
I think we
don't
beat
know that.
Leicester in the final. I'm not gonna lie.
This guy
The
is
Egyptian
shameless.
Lukaku scored. I remember he scored a header.
This guy's shameless. You know what I'm saying? And that, remembering preseason clubs,
Shameless, bro.
preseason cups, you know. But yeah, with the whole Ollie thing, it's kind of like, surely you or someone around you, and you just look around and go, "This isn't for me."
You mean
Surely
someone
you're not
around
happy.
him? He looks around and sees Carrick, bro. What do you mean, bro?
I'm talking. You know what it is. You know what it is, Stain. I'm talking. I'm not even talking.
Feeling in those shorts.
I'm not even talking about shorts or feel. I mean, or Carrick or whoever. I'm talking about brethren like in his life. I'm talking about. You never mind your professional brethren. I know
Yeah,
if
but
that's me.
he's boss it though. Like, you know, like that. Like, how can I say it? Like, I don't like man's boss the team. He's got a belly. Like, you know, like that. Like,
Yeah, it's mad.
Every day you see him, you're like, bro, you still got that. You're
Yeah.
like,
It's wild every day, and then you got fans even after the Europa League final who are still backing him. But before I get to that, big up Drizzy does. He says, "Oh, that pagan Ollie, his club legend status is tarnished with me. Whether we win a title or not, I want him gone." And see, this is what I was saying as well. It's got to this point when you was asking me, Ryan, before earlier in the show about it wasn't you actually. Someone in the comments said, and Prime was mentioning why do people not give him credit for what he's done, because he's even tarnishing what he's done as a manager. Because like I said, if he would have left at the end of last season, job done. He come in to do a job in it. Like I said, job done in it. He came in to improve the squad, which he's done. He got rid of certain players. He brought in better players. He's improved the squad overall. He improved the atmosphere. The vibes was better. Now leave it to the next man. I always say the next manager will or should actually, and the next manager should inherit a better squad than what he did. Because what he inherited wasn't good at all. If you go look at the squad he got, it wasn't good. But if you look at what he's leaving, look at the ballers he's leaving. Pogba and Greenwood and Bruno and Rashford and Cavani and Martial, Shaw, Telles. Like, he's leaving a better squad than what he had. Man had Fellaini playing up front and Mkhitaryan and Darmian and Blind and all these man and that and Smalling. You know what I'm saying? Valencia at right back. Go look at the team that he got in it. You know what I'm saying? Go look at, I always talk about the league lineup, the final lineup that Mourinho won it with. Fellaini was playing up top. Blind and Small in the centre backs. I swear down. Go look at it.
you know.
Fellaini, Darmian playing.
Hey man, put some respect on Fellaini's name, okay? He was way better than Daniel James. At least Fellaini coming on, you knew we were going to score a goal.
Everton got the best Fellaini. Everton got the best Fellaini. Like, I'm not even loud. Can I ask you a quick question again? I got another one for both of you. Yeah,
go on.
One, you can get one. There's someone. Yeah. Harry Kane, Poch, or a DOF? Which do you go for?
I'll let you go, J Socials first.
Oh, so I didn't even have to think about it. Poch.
Yeah, man just went straight.
Yeah, Poch.
The most important signing of the season is a coach. That's the most important signing. And then we can try to figure out what style of play and what players we need for that style. You know what I mean?
So you said Kane, Poch, or DOF. Yeah, I gotta go with Jay in that. I'm saying Poch, and the reason why I'm saying Poch is because a good manager can get more out of this group of players. And then if other teams fall off, like this season, Liverpool went at it, Chelsea, their manager got sacked. We only had one team to topple, and who knows if we were chasing down and close to Manchester City in the title race. They got one eye on the FA Cup semi-final, one eye on the Champions League final. Right. The pressure could have got to them, and we nick it. I know that our team, I say it all the time, our structure is not built for United to be successful back-to-back. So we're not winning Premier Leagues back-to-back or Champions Leagues back-to-back. But we can nick a Premier League here and there. This was the season to do it. We could have nicked it. 100%. Nick a Champions League. That's all I'm asking for. 100%. It's just to be in the race, just in case. So that's why I would go with Poch. Because
another point too is, this is not really about if the new manager is going to win trophies. All I care about right now is if we're not winning trophies, at least give me some decent football. You can't why we have neither. We have no trophies, and the football is just like meaty. It's just it's awful. Like I have to go and watch other teams play.
You lot, I get that, yeah. But like I hear I hear that same argument from Tottenham fans, and I understand it a little bit more from them because, like, they've got Ryan Mason and that, like, you know, them ones. Their football is meaty, bro. But you man are kind of like a little bit spoiled because, like, dude, even the goal against us, you lot got beat 4-2. But even thingies, you lot play some decent football. Like your counter attacking football is probably one of the best in the league. You just don't have no.
But you know why that is because of the reason why we finished second is because of the players we have. When you have the individual talent that we have, like I said this before, our attacking depth is incredible. When you look at our attacking players, buying this Manchester City, it matches anybody else in terms of, I'm just talking straight depth. It matches anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Our attack overall to me is better than Chelsea's. Depth-wise, it's better than Liverpool's. Who else we got? Spurs, the same thing. Arsenal, the same thing. Leicester, the same thing. It's only Manchester City I look at. When I say attack people, I'm talking attacking midfielders, wingers / inverted forwards / strikers and that. The fact that Cavani is our backup striker.
I was going to say just strikers. You got better strikers than City. Just
strikers, you could argue we've got 4 strikers who can all play up top. We've got Cavani, we've got Martial, we've got Greenwood, we've got Rashford. What other team in the country is boasting those 4 strikers? And in terms of wide players, Pogba can play wide, that's 1. Rashford can play wide. Martial can play wide. Diallo can play wide.
Greenwood.
That's 4 right there. Greenwood at 5. Greenwood can play wide. In terms of 10s, we've got Pogba, we've got Bruno, we've got Donny, Juan Mata. Who else is boasting 10?
You got Donny that don't even see pitch, bro.
Don't even see pitch. That's my point is. So all I'm saying is we have all of these talents and we don't utilize them in that. And we've seen in small glimpses, every time Diallo's played, he's looked decent. You know what I'm saying? So there's still so much more you could get out of it. So in terms of the playing better football, I would take not winning trophies, at least if we're being entertained. I still did it for years.
You got Man United, Bob. To hear you, man, say that is a mazzy.
Yeah,
I like Ryan. I like bro.
Always done to us.
United,
always done to us.
Bro, I know with Man United, man, and they're saying, hey, bro, say it to me again, innit? Bro, let's one more time. Run it back.
You can run it back, innit? This guy is joking. You know?
I think we can. I think we need to take the most important thing that we've learned out of this.
What is it? Go on. What's the most important thing, Ryan?
You've got Cardiff's worst ever manager in charge.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is, to the point where I've lowered my expectations in terms of I know we're not. I'm not I say it all the time on every live stream, every single day. I'm not even talking about winning big competitions. I'm just saying, please compete. Please,
you're right. You know,
ring.
You man could have nicked this Premier League, bro. You lot,
you could have. City weren't anything special.
But the thing is, even if we didn't nick it, but we put up a legitimate fight and we lost it on the last day or in the last 2 weeks, and we were 3 or 4 points off. I just want to be in. We haven't been in a title race in 8 years. I just want to be in a race again. Yeah, you have. I don't know what it's like. Get me? We haven't.
In our worst season in some time. You were closer to us, like when I say closer, like literally on one hand closer than you ever were to City in second. It's mad, like you know them ones there, like it is crazy.
Jeremiah still Ollie in, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna get to this. So Jeremiah says flawless. You say DOF is more important, bro. The reason why DOF
that's why I asked the question, bro. Yeah, that's why I asked the question.
The reason why DOF is not more important because 1, I don't trust these men to get the correct DOF. Number 1,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You have Rio Ferdinand in there.
Number two, even if we were to get the correct DOF and he brought in the correct players, I do not trust Ollie to implement these men correctly. We just mentioned the man in Donny, who to me is more than capable of playing. But how do we know? Because we don't see him. And people will say, oh, you need another number 6. Donny's more than capable of playing as a 6 or an 8, as a 10. But we have no idea how good he is. Go on.
The only thing is, as a rival fan, if you get a DOF, I would be more shook if you got a DOF than if you got Poching. Like, I don't know, like, because, like...
You'd never be shook of us with Ollie in charge, fam.
Nah, I'm not shook of
us.
No, but like, no, I wouldn't be shook. I wouldn't be shook, yeah. I wouldn't be shook is the right word, but I'd be thinking, they're manager away now. You know them ones there, like...
Yeah, building.
Like,
we're building.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas if you just got Poch, like, I could still see that not working. You know them way there, like... Still see it, and I'm with Ryan on that one. I don't really highly rate Poch like that, so like I could just see it still not really work. But if you get a DOF, I could be like, fuck. Like,
here's the thing, though.
they're
If we
literally
had
a manager away, and then it's
if we had Poch this
I
season,
rate
and we're,
Poch. I rate
if we had
Poch.
Poch this season and we're top of the league, etc., we're being taken more seriously than when we were top of the league in January.
100%.
And that's my point.
100%.
Get me? Minus
100%.
Jeremiah in the comments. He was the only United fan who, when we were top of the league, who was like, we will win the league. That was it. It was him and Prime, who supports Chelsea. They're the only two guys I see mention it. Nobody took us seriously.
I've
not
got two
so.
things to say, bro. Jeremiah still thinks if United get Sancho that they'll win the league, but also I rate Poch in it. I just criticize it just to slander flawless in it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no,
I don't personally. I rate him. I just don't put him under the holy grail. That, like, do you know what it is? It's like you're looking at the, like when your best friend. It's like when your best friend or someone that you know cheats on their missus, and you're thinking, but you cheated on your missus with that, like, like that. But, like, it's just like, it's because it's too close to home for you lot. So you lot, the grass is greener, like anywhere. Yeah. Ollie, like, but I'm like,
he's one of them with Poch. I understand. Yeah, go on, Jay. You go first.
So I'm just going to quickly say, like, Saint, I do get your point. Like, I think, okay, this might be too big of a statement. This might be too big of a statement. Okay. Could Ole win the league or the Champions League? He probably could. Let's say you brought in Sancho and a few other players, or even if he had a DOF. Because even with a DOF, right, they can bring in the right players. Kind of like what Flawless is saying. Can I trust Ole in a Champions League final, on the last game of the season, everything is on the line? Can I trust him to utilize the player and make the right decision? That's my fear with Ole. In terms of what he's done to the team, he's done for the team. Yeah, I got to give him like his flowers for that. He's done well. Yeah. But it's at the crucial moments, I just don't have confidence in his decision making. And the DOF can do that. The DOF can come down and say, hey, make that sub.
You're still talking about someone who in a Champions League final played a 50% fit Harry Kane over, like, do you know what I mean? Like, there are.
I get what you're saying. No. I get what you're saying, and every manager, whoever, we could name our top 5 managers right now, and they'll all have black marks against them. The thing is with Poch, with me, is I'm a fan of Poch. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's there yet. I believe he is going to be one of the best managers, but we're gonna find out. If he goes back to Spurs, he'll go down in my estimation, because I'm like, you have a chance to solidify yourself. Like we spoke about stepping up and leveling up. The reason why I wanted to see Poch at Manchester United, because I believe he is that good. And I believe he now has a platform to showcase himself. Same way with PSG, him moving there makes sense, because you're going to showcase. We need to find out if you're good enough or not. Klopp kind of did it, even though Klopp was successful in Germany. He did it at Liverpool. That's what he did at Liverpool over those 2 years, kind of solidified him. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So I was looking at it like, Poch is going to make that step up. So let's get him before he makes that step up and he goes somewhere else. That's how I was looking at it. Yes, he shouldn't have played Harry Kane. Does he have black marks against him? 100%. He should have won something at Spurs.
You're right, Flux. I get you. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just being pedantic.
Yeah. No, it's not even being pedantic. Because I'm a Poch fan, people go, not you, but people will say, oh, well, Poch this, Poch that. Does he have black marks against him? Yes. But like I say, there's no perfect. What Ole Inners will do is, oh, well, this manager did this manager did that. Yeah. There's no such thing as a perfect manager. Every manager has a black. You can go get Pep tomorrow.
Especially now when man's in a job for 18 months, bro. It's like, them ones there. Like every manager.
I can name one manager without a black mark next to his name.
Who's this? Go on.
Graziano Potterino.
Okay. All right, sure. All right. The guy who finished 16th this season, yeah? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mopai.
Yeah. But that's how I'm looking at it with Poch, because then, yes, you can always look at bad things, but what I like about Poch is, and what is not as big as winning the trophy, but close to, he elevated clubs. He went to Southampton and elevated them as a club. He took them from a relegation battling team to mid-table, solidified. He took Spurs
playing good football,
as well, recruiting well as well. And then he took Spurs from mid-table to a legitimate top 4 side. They finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Like when they didn't finish, then it looked like they weren't finishing in the top. The reason why we look at Spurs as anything right now is because of him and what he did. Them getting black people saying,
no money.
That man lost the Champions League final. Yes, we should have done better in the Champions League final. They should be nowhere near it. They should be nowhere near a Champions League final.
And they beat City too on their way there.
They beat Pep. Because if Pep wins that Champions League that season, we're having a whole different conversation. And he beat Ajax as well.
And
So that's why I look at him.
him.
He elevates. So that's what I'm looking at. If you can elevate,
Do you know what team they couldn't
Spurs,
beat?
Who?
The champions.
Oh, Chelsea.
Thank
Right,
you,
as
mate.
Lewis said. Oh, right, yeah. Well, Lewis said.
It's funny how Liverpool fans forget that the year before they got smacked by Liverpool. By Real Madrid.
But then we won it the year after. When was the last time United were in a Champions League final?
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah? I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I was in London watching the. Well, I wasn't really watching the final. I was kind of watching the final. I was there, and then I turned and I see Christensen make some off the line save, and I was like, "Oh, Lewis, bruv, Lewis." Bruv. That's the first thing that come into my head. You know, I said, next time I catch this Don on Sarcasm, bro, he's gonna be giving, bro. He's gonna be giving.
Man, like Lewis, salute to Lewis. He said, just here to remind the man that Chelsea are champions
Well,
of Europe.
can I ask you a serious question?
One sec, I just want to point out every single stream I've done since they've won it. He's commented this. You know what I'm saying? Every single stream, he's commented.
He just got the copy and paste.
Now you said that, I know that you're not even lying. I can see it as well. Like,
Every stream with that. He's just like, yo, we do the basketball watch along, and he's like, yeah, just here to remind people that Chelsea are the champions of Europe. Nothing to do with nothing going, Ryan. Say what you're saying, my guy.
You know, when obviously like on Agenda FC earlier on, Lewis was like, you know, explaining what it's like to basically win the Champions League. Do you struggle to understand that now because it's been such a long time?
Nah, you never forget that feeling. That, because I'm used to my team being, when we dominated, we was dominant. You get what I'm saying?
It was so long ago.
It wasn't it. We weren't on lockdown leaders like your lot. You know what I'm saying? And that we weren't on lockdown leaders like you lot in it. You get me? When the Power League, Premier League,
we actually won the Champions League in a normal season.
All that type of stuff.
We won the Champions League in a normal season.
That don't count, man. It's against Spurs. You know what I'm saying? And that.
It was against who was against, bro. You can only be.
It was against your great John Potts, bro.
My guy John Potts, and then he got a big move. But that's Spurs, though, isn't it? That's Spurs tax. That's why he went to PSG. Now he's chilling in Paris. Yeah, with Mbappe and Neymar at the Eiffel Tower.
Who we beat on the way to the final? We beat the champions of France, the champions of Spain, and the champions of Germany.
Who were the champions of France?
Oh, PSG. Did you beat PSG? Yeah.
Yeah, Tuchel tax. Who else? You know what I'm saying?
Champions of Germany, Bayern Munich.
Who was the manager?
Who was it, Nick? It was the guy before Flick. It was Nico Kovac.
Yeah, some scrub. All right, go on, count. So Kovac tax.
The champions of Spain in Barcelona with the goal in the team.
Yeah, that's your goal. I mean, I don't call him the goal.
That's your goal. No, that's
your goal. That's 0-4 in international finals.
He's the goal. Chiellini said it's the goal.
Hey, that's your goal. Who's 0-4 in international finals? But you know, it's calm and that. Yeah, Lewis, hop on when you're ready, man. Salute to Lewis. Man. Big up Black Diamond, who says like, share, and subscribe. Yes, please make sure you do. You know what I'm saying? And that, please make sure you do. Make sure you hit the like. We're at 66 likes, so make sure you get the likes up. Make sure you subscribe to J Socials, Touchline Talks. Make sure you subscribe to Saint LFC TV. Also, make sure you subscribe to both channels. Tuchel Tax, Allow It Flawless. Yo, you just won the Champions League. Give me some. This is all I've got is banter. This is all I have. I have nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out here with a handgun. You know what I'm saying? Out here with a handgun, and everyone's got machine guns and tanks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out here with just one pistol. You know what I'm saying? Literally, and that, with one bullet. You know what I'm saying? And that. Like, that's what I'm out here with. So that's all I've got. My team has done nothing of note for the longest. So yeah. Big up to everyone who is locked in. Yes.
With a pistol. I'm
out here with a pistol, fam, with one bullet. You know what I'm saying? And that. But I utilize that one bullet, though. You get what I'm saying? And utilize it. How am I still out here talking grease like my team's not dead, but we move and you know what I'm saying? Davey Fisher here says the problem is once you say a player is overrated, everyone thinks you've just called them
facts,
shit. That's facts. That is facts. Because you can call a player overrated, and I think people get it mistaken as well in terms of there's no player at any sort of Liverpool or Manchester United that all of the fan base agree on. So some of the fan base might like Liverpool, like Ryan and Saint might disagree on a Liverpool player.
Me and Jay, not even Mike. You know the one.
You defo. Me and Jay might disagree.
There's a few, to be fair.
Me and Jay might rate the same player at Manchester United, but Jay could say, yo, Flawless, I think you vastly overrating Bruno or Pogba or whoever. But that doesn't mean he thinks they're bad. He just don't think they're the level I think he's at.
But
so
bro,
David respond.
When I say Gerrard was overrated, it doesn't mean I think he was bad. He's a great player. I just think we overrated him a bit.
Right, he won you a Champions League in that. What do you mean?
That's a hard one, man. Yeah.
He also lost us a league title.
He did lose you a league title, but
he didn't lose us the league title.
He did, Nick. We have to accept he did.
Rodgers lost us the league title, bro. Like he didn't. There was plenty of time. Man didn't do that in the 82nd
Bro,
minute.
if he hadn't
there was
have
plenty
done that, we
of
would have
time.
drawn the game and we would have won the league in it.
And Ryan, you know what's
That's
funny
a
as
little
well,
harsh,
people.
man. Ryan, that's a little harsh. And that's
Ryan
the
was
United fan.
Ryan was at Anfield at that time on the halfway line. He had a great view of seeing him slip. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't even a slip, bro. This whole I'm not having this slip bollocks, yeah. He miscontrolled the ball because he took his eyes off it, and then because he miscontrolled it, he had to stretch and he lost his balance like a muppet, innit? It was his own fault. I'm not having this.
He had like 48 injections in his leg. Like, bro, the guy was on his way out. The guy was on his way out. This is not like prime EVG. He shouldn't have even been playing that game. He shouldn't even been playing that game.
You know what? You know who we give credit to for that, though? You know who we give credit to for that, though, is what's it called? Give credit to is Mourinho masterclass. But speaking of Chelsea, I got to welcome the AC Penitentiary Patroller, the finest export out of West London.
Oh my days!
Champions League winner. You know what I'm saying?
He's here.
When it's all said and done in this YouTube thing, I keep saying it's first ballot Hall of Famer without doubt. When this thing's all said and done, man, like Carefree Lewis, what are you telling me, family?
We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. Yes, guys, welcome back. What's everyone saying?
I'm good, blessed, bro.
Yeah, not as good as you.
I just wish I was you know, when I see Lewis on this cast, I just wish I was doing streams 2 years ago. You should have seen what I'd be like when we won the Champions League.
Oh, thank God we wasn't. I couldn't have dealt with you like winning the Premier League and the Champions League back to back. Oh, Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
These man. These man are on the Nottingham Forest vibe and that. It's calm. Now
let's give credit to them, bro. Let's give credit.
Oh yeah, I can. You know what? On the day,
not giving Man City clout.
I congratulate you. I did. Did I not congratulate you on the Twitter timeline?
Well done, man. Them lot deserved it. Man.
What's still annoying me is the fact that Arsenal fans are still saying they're a bigger club than Chelsea. Like, it's not even close in it now. I don't think it's close now. You know.
We know what colour look at this.
Trophies than you, Lodo White.
Exactly. It's not close in it. Like,
but you know
even before we could win 3 more Champions Leagues, but it wouldn't matter because they have 2 more FA Cups than we do. It don't mean
Arsenal fans are so pathetic,
clueless fan base, bro.
Breed, man.
These lot wouldn't know glory if it slapped them in the face.
Hey Lewis, man, did you hear my thing? And I said that I was thinking about you when I see Christensen save some. I said, oh my God, this guy's gonna talk about the Denmark Maldini and all sorts.
Danish Maldini, Andreas Beckenbauer, Andreas Moretti. You already know. Look at the Abbey, man. Denmark's finest export, my G. Come on, man.
I love how Lewis.
I don't know about all of that. But I definitely remember this though.
Come on.
I do like
finest export. Who cares about the Schmeichels, past or present?
Hey. Actually, fucking me was racist to someone. Yeah, run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Run it.
I heard about that, actually.
Yeah, run it. I was going to defend him, and I'm like, nah, run it, fam. Fuck it.
I love how Lewis doesn't actually have to Photoshop his Avies anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at him. Look how gassy he is.
Everyone said it was just a waste of time. And then as soon as we get eliminated, I was going to get corned for it. How do you see our winners 2021 since we beat Atletico Madrid?
You actually had it a while, yeah.
And
I have to give you full credit.
Champions League
for that,
fucking winners. Let's go. Up the Chelsea. We're running with this until we get eliminated. Every week.
100. Yeah, Jesus. Big up Prime. He says instead of fighting back, just surrender flawless. Nah, man. Agenda's happy agenda. Jokes are gonna run. I'm gonna run jokes to the end of till United get good again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm shameless when United are this bad. So imagine when we actually get half decent again and we're actually competing.
Yeah, that'll be a long time still.
Yeah, isn't it? Hey, it's isn't it? Before you lot again, innit? You know what I'm saying? So we move in that, innit?
We'll get to 21 before we'll overtake your title record under Klopp.
You lot ain't beating Chelsea or City to no league title.
100%.
I kind of that's my fear right now, man. I think Liverpool could make it.
All my life, I don't know how you lot got third, but it is what it is. I don't know how.
I don't know. Well, the same. You know how we got third. The same way you man got fourth. That's how we got third, brother. Like,
no, we got it. You know what it is? I don't know how we got fourth either.
Just a quick one. The best striker in the world, Alisson Becker.
Prime, I've DM'd you the link on Twitter as well, just letting you know, innit? You know what I'm saying? And Nippin saying, you chat so much shit for that's all I've got, innit? That's all I've got. You get me? I can't back it up with facts. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do in it? What am I going to run with in that? You know what I'm saying? We finished second in it. So and obviously Chelsea won the Champions League. So I can't chat to City fans and I can't chat to Chelsea fans. Anyone else can get it though, because we had a better season than everybody else.
Can I ask Nick a question?
Go on.
Nick, how many times have you rewatched the Alisson goal since it happened? Because I literally do it about 10 times a day. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, bro, seriously, it's like porn to man, bro. It is a
It's
mad
actually porn.
Z,
I'm
bro.
not gonna lie. It's so. I have to have the commentary on as well.
Yeah, man, epic moment in it when your goalkeeper went up, leapt up, headed the ball against a championship side, a team
The
who
most
was already
dramatic moment in
relegated.
Premier League
Most
history.
dramatic, and it moved you from 5th to 4th. Exceptional.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
The
saying?
most. I actually went from 5th to 5th.
You know, you see everything that Flawless said, all of that. Yeah, bro. Trust me. Gang shit, bro. I'm scandalous. When you think you're gonna see me, well, see my face in it. Man, it's scandalous. All of that. Yeah, bro. I love it.
You know what's
your question? I watch it 10 times a day.
Commentary on as well. I have to have the commentary on when I watch it as well.
Trust me. Trust me, bro. Are you mad?
That was actually a pretty fun last day of the season because it was stress-free for United fans because we were second. But it was just so much fun to see what was going on across the league. Like, one of my Chelsea buddies, he was like pissing his pants. He was like, "Oh my goodness,
mate!"
Like,
you should see me on the watch along. Things are getting thrown around at 2-0. I was like, "We are bottle jobs. We are absolute bottle jobs. We're worse than Tottenham Hotspur. We're not winning the Champions League. This is all fucked."
Yeah, you was stressed. You was. You was
Flawless asked me that day. Flawless asked me in the last day if I wanted to do a watch along. I felt like drop kicking him in it because, like, you know how much stress I was under.
That was
I felt like
stress. That was stress.
But
Second half was calm. First half was stress.
Yeah, you know what? But that's what makes great content when your team is up against it as a fan and you're watching it. That makes
you saw what I was like on that Man United Liverpool watch along.
It was. That's what makes great content. You should have seen me when I was doing watching the final and that. You know what I'm saying? I was cursing out my TV and that. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be done. Like
you see what I was sleeping through that anyway. That Man United Liverpool watch along we did.
Which watch along? Which one?
The United Liverpool one we did. You've seen what I'm like.
Yeah, even though we got beat, it was still that was one of the more
that was a good
result.
Watch along,
enjoyable watch along in it. Like I enjoyed it, definitely. But we need to link up for watch alongs 100%. Hey, when we play you lot, Lewis, if there's space, I'm just coming down in that. Let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just need a studio and that.
Yeah. If you can find
a
studio,
United fans, we don't hide. United fans, we don't hide. You know, win, lose, draw. We're out here
all the time and that. And United have me getting roasted, but I'm always on the smoke. I knew after that final, I went live twice. You know what I'm saying? And the day after, and I knew I was gonna get absolutely cooked.
I could not miss that stream.
Cooked, and then the comments was jumping. People was ready. We was at like 30 likes before we went live.
Always the case, isn't it? Always the case, bro. Man's here for the misery, bro.
Drinking in man's misery and that ready, and it was late because obviously I did the red talk. You get me with Rant and the Gang. Shout out to them lot. Afterwards with my man them, and then so we got on here. It was late. It was like one. I think it was like 1:30 start jumping.
Man was ready.
Man was ready. It was what it is. Facts
dumb,
and then I had to wait till the weekend, obviously, and I'm here relying on Chelsea to do the business, and I got to rely on them next season to make sure City or Liverpool don't win the league. Jesus Christ!
And just like the last 2 times you relied on us to end Man City's quadruple and then Manchester City's treble. Don't worry, Tuchel has Pep's number. He's been rolling that Pep pack for months, man. He's ready for it.
You lot did bits. See that? That's what United have done to me. Go on, Saint. What were you saying?
Did you do it?
The final? No, we got put in a pack by Thomas Tuchel. Give the guys some respect. Always trying to take it out of us. Real Madrid ain't a good team. Atletico Madrid are Spanish Burnley. Porto. Fuck off, man. We are the champions of Europe. I don't want to hear no bullshit anymore. Trying to take it away from us. No, this Pep over. He's a bold job anyway. But we're the ones that made Manchester City, the Premier League champions, look like a pile of wank. And if we had Tuchel from the start of the season, we would have won the league.
That's big facts.
That's facts.
I'm not going to lie about.
Yo, in the comments here, Fred Mandingo has said Liverpool can thank United for 4th. How?
I think he's talking about when you lot beat us at Old Trafford. I think he's being sarcastic there, and he's running jokes, he's running bants. I'm guessing because he put United in capital letters, so that's what I'm guessing.
Flawless. Did you do a watch along for the final?
Nah, I didn't do a watch along for the final, and I was saying it from when we beat Roma 6-2 in the first leg of the Champions League, the Europa League semi-final. I said I'm not doing a watch along for the final. I just wanted to sit. I didn't want no spoilers. I just wanted to enjoy it. You get me? Man just wanted to enjoy the final in peace. And I'm glad with the way it went. I'm happy it wasn't in it. Probably man might have went viral still. I'm not gonna lie. I might have went viral. It's a strong possibility, but I wasn't with it. That's why I didn't.
Actually, you're pretty calm when I think about it, Flawless, during games. Like,
oh, watch-alongs, yeah, because I'm interacting with people. I'm interacting on here.
Yeah.
If we ever watch a game and the camera's not rolling, you'll see a different me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here, I'm still trying to mediate. I'm still going back and forth with the comments. I'm still watching what's going on in it. So even though I'm focused on the game, my 100% attention's not on the game in it. Like, it's slightly
during the final,
did
you have your Ollie shirt on.
As much as you had your Salah, you get me, when your Salah shorts
Bro,
on
man,
with
I
the number 11 on him.
Shirt on,
yeah, you did, man. That's what I'm saying. You got the socks with the number 11 on as well, fam. You get what I'm saying? Salah on the boots. You know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. Ryan Salah and that. That's you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all right, fam. We're here for you, innit? It's okay. Black Diamond here is saying London is red. London's definitely not red. Lewis is
Black Diamond, have a look at this, bruv. Roberto Alonso and the greatest goalkeeper to grace London in the last 5 years, not called Edouard Mendy. Come on, man. Not hearing none of that bullshit. Get one of these and then come chat to me about London is red. We have 2. Come get one and then we'll talk.
Yeah, it's
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I heard that. What's his name?
Kovacic. We'll win a Champions League in our lifetime.
Dude, that's too hard to say. In a lifetime. You never know. All it takes is good owners. Once you look at Chelsea, all it takes is good owners.
Yeah, but they got the Cronkies, and they love taking money.
Yeah, but if there is, well, yeah, welcoming. This is another pack show. Welcoming one of the most. He has the wildest takes, but you know what I like about this guy is that he stands on him. Also, loves to wear shades. Also, a Champions League winner. Not been on the channel in a minute. Man, like Prime. What are you telling me? You good?
Big up, Prime.
Pep is a professional dickhead, you know. No DM in the final. No DM in the final,
yes,
you know.
Right, my God.
Does that just go straight for it, eh?
The more I think
man ain't holding no punches.
The more I think about the Champions League final, do you know how angry I am?
Why? You won it.
Angry?
Do you know no DM in the Champions League final? Do you know how angry that makes me?
Why does that make you angry? It worked in your favor.
Because he bottled a final. Do you know how angry that
makes me? Because he tried to disrespect us.
He did something so stupid.
It's not the first time.
But that, you know what? Saying the words out of my mouth. You've seen him do this before.
The last. If Mourinho did that, people would criticize him.
Okay, now that's where
it comes from. If Poch did that, if Ollie did that flawless, you'd be getting into him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but
why don't we treat Pep the same way?
Because he's Pep Guardiola and he's the greatest manager to ever grace the English game. Tiki Taka and all that crap.
He's a fraud.
No, Prime. Here's the thing. It depends on who you're talking about. Because I think on platforms like this and on social media, Pep got it. Mainstream media don't go for him, though. Mainstream media don't go for him. Me and Stroh did a whole in-depth from a fair eye view. You was watching Prime because you was in the comments.
I know. You and Stroh are the only people who I've seen lay into him.
Because he's the media darling. He's the face. If we're talking wrestling, he's the face. He's the baby face. You know what I'm saying? He's the golden man.
See all that chat he had pre-match. I was so confident. Talking about how he knew our tactics and everything, just sat there and waffled to every media outlet that he could before the Champions League final to make it look like his club had a hope. And then what happened? Kai Havertz ran over his clock. He's left crying.
And also as well, Prime, the fact that, because he is the media darling, and that's what it is, because it's swept under the rug that he's not won the Champions League in 11 years. No other GOAT's getting away with that.
11 years
without Messi.
11 years.
You know what? Mourinho may be finished, but he's unbeaten in the Champions League final.
I've said this before. Mourinho's prime is one of the best things we ever seen, and people sleep on it because of what he's done. But his run from 2002 to 2010 is one of the best runs I've ever seen. I think it's probably the best run in modern day football. Outside. Yeah. Say that again, Jay. Say that again.
No, just saying whatever he touched turned to gold. Yeah. Like what really amazed me was when he went to Inter and won it. Yeah. That was just like what? That's crazy out of nowhere. Inter Milan, European champions. Just crazy.
And he toppled Prime Barcelona as well and stopped them from winning it at the Bernabeu. I remember that him running on the pitch. That's epic. That's why he's still one of my favorites, even though he fell off. It hurts me to see what happened.
I'm removing the two Champions League from Barcelona from Pep's CV.
Wait, you
Those
can't.
don't
You
Why?
should already take 2009 out because it was
Oh,
built.
come
No,
on.
no, 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 no,
That's
no, no,
Messi.
no.
Messi tax.
Saint, sorry,
Don't
no,
count.
no, no.
One at a time.
One,
One
I
at,
hear
but
why.
Prime, you
I
don't even rate
understand.
one of them
Messi.
don't count.
yo, one at a time. One at a time. Let
One
Prime
of them
land.
doesn't count because they were built off a fraud result at Stamford Bridge.
Go on, Prime.
Both
I'm
of
gonna
them
let you
don't
land.
count.
Okay, go on. Explain why.
Messi tax. They both don't count. Messi tax. If you
Yeah, I
can't
hear
win a
what you're
Champions
Yeah,
saying.
but Prime, you
he went to Bayern
Prime,
Munich. Listen,
Prime,
he
let
went
him
to
go.
Bayern Munich, right? A team that the season before he went there had just won the Champions League.
Yeah.
A season before that, they went to a Champions League final when in reality they were the best team in Europe. They should have beaten us that day.
I hear you. Yo,
He
Prime, you
went
got
to
any
a
headphones? Because you're
treble-winning
echoing a bit.
Bayern Munich team, and he still couldn't win the Champions League. He came to the City team. What he's doing at City is, in reality, it's actually not that special. I know he's getting 100 points, but in reality, it's actually not that special. City were winning Premier Leagues anyway. All the money that he's spending, and I'm not a money merchant because I'm Chelsea. Chelsea spend money as well. All the money that he's spending, he should be doing this. He came here to build a legacy for City and win the Champions League, and he can't do that.
Well, Pep's entire legacy is built off a fraud result at the Bridge anyway, so who gives a shit? Tom Henning of Rabo gave that bold fraud a career.
This guy, yo, Prime, have you got any headphones or anything? Because you're echoing a little bit. That's all.
Oh, yeah. One sec.
Yeah. Find your headphone and then we'll go to it. Innit? Go on, Lewis. Say what you're saying and that about.
I was saying his entire legacy was built off one fraud result at Stamford Bridge in 2009 that never would have counted, and they never would have made the Champions League under a competent referee. Tom Henning of Rabo gave that bold fraud a career, and that's the truth. So I hear everything that Prime's saying, regardless.
We'll get into Prime in it because, like, as much as what's mad is we was talking about players being overrated and people underrating people. I get what Prime's saying where he's going at Pep being overrated, but Pep's still a quality manager. But when he gets back, we'll discuss this. He's still a quality manager. We're not. You can't take away what you can't take away what he did at Barcelona.
All he is Maurizio Sarri with good PR.
You can't take away. Yeah,
but you know what it is, though.
That's not the case.
But you know what it is, though. I just feel like with the Pep thing, it's like if he pulled it off in the finals, everyone would have said how much of a genius he is. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like with the false nine, playing without a number 9 all season. Yeah. That could have been the dumbest move that he had ever made in his career. But he did it. He pulled it off and everyone, praised him for it. I think it was just one of those moves where he felt he had enough like good players on that field to dictate the game. But it just turned out differently. So I think it's one of those whereby it's like, I don't think he did it in spite of like, looking down at Chelsea. I think it was just more something he figured he wanted some fresh, like younger legs in the middle of the park, especially with Chelsea's attack. You guys are quick. So I think he was probably thinking that with Fernandinho being in the middle. But unlike his neighbor, he changed it when he realized it wasn't working. So.
No,
but how do you? I get all that Fernandinho chat, bro. But why are you not playing Rodri? Like Gundogan is this season has been an absolute layman, and you play him as your holding. Like, what's going on, bro? Like,
you touched on it.
That was dumb.
We've seen Pep do this in the Champions League before. This is, you said it there. He's not there. But
he's scared of N'Golo.
He's done this. He's done no. Yeah, let's this guy is so shameless.
I don't blame him, man.
We've seen him do this type of thing before. I've already said this. He doesn't win this competition at Manchester City. Do I believe Manchester City win the Champions League? Yes, just not under Pep. I've said this.
That would be even hearing you saying that is mad, isn't it? That's so mad.
That's what will happen. 100%. That's what will happen.
See what happens when you don't have Lionel Messi or Tom Henning of Rabo.
If you look at Chelsea before Tuchel won it, you could argue that there are two worst managers in the Roman Abramovich era. One won him the final, and one got him to the final. Yeah, someone would give you a list of the managers Chelsea have had. They've had Mourinho, they've had Ancelotti, they've had Conte, they've had Sarri. And someone tells you that Avram Grant and Di Matteo are going to be the ones to get to a final and win it. Yeah. You look at you like you mad. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the way City are going. A manager's going to go in there who we don't really think much of, like mid-season. And
Vincent Kompany on some shit.
Yes. Vincent Kompany or someone like that. You get what I'm saying? Yaya Toure going to come back and just, I'll take the job for 10 games and win the Champions League and then dip. That's what
will be some proper old one like Richard Dunn or some bullshit.
Yeah, Richard Dunn, Sean Goater or Paul Dickoff or something like that. That's what will happen. Big up GB says, big up Flawless and the man them all day. F Arsenal scrub Southgate bottle dropping Trent and shouldn't have. took trash without slabhead. Big up to you.
Of
Prime
course.
is back. So yeah, what I will say is Prime. So you were saying I can't ever take away. There can be reasons why. There can be reasons why a manager wins the big competitions, and yes, you need great players in that. So having Messi and having them that great Barcelona side he had added to that, but you still can't take away from it in it. Like I can't take away. Same way with Rijkaard before him. Another manager won a treble or quintuple at Barcelona. Who was it? Was it Enrique?
Enrique won treble.
Yeah, it was Enrique. I can't take away that you still won a treble. You know what I'm saying? I don't take away any champion. So to take away, I think his 2 Champions Leagues there is harsh. But I get your point in terms of you can measure it in terms of how highly you rate it. Like how much was it him? How much was the players? But he still had to be there. He still got 2 winners medals. I give him that.
Not even that. I just don't rate him as highly. It's just like if you know me, you know how much I rate tacticians in football. It's the reason why I don't rate Klopp that highly. I don't rate what's his name, Poch that highly either. Okay. Like I rate the likes of Mourinho, Ancelotti. I rate Conte. Fergie, obviously, even though I made banter, you know.
I'm with Prime on that one.
I don't look at like Pep is great in terms of his system, and he's similar to Klopp. He's great in terms of his system, but once he gets found out or he has to do some sort of a tactical switch, he can't do that.
One thing I will say in defense against that is that Pep switched it up this season and it worked. They don't play the same way. This is something new. This was one of my biggest criticisms of, all right, Liverpool snatched the title away from him. Can Pep do something different to win a league title? He's made them. This is the first time I remember, and one of you lot cut in if I'm wrong, where you could argue, it can be debated that Pep side, they're defensively better than they are going forward. This is the first time I remember. His Barcelona sides, his Bayern Munich sides, his City sides before this one, to me, were all clearly better offensively than they were defensively. Now you could argue that if they had the best defense, you know what I'm saying? This season, he's made them tougher to beat. They did have
he's always had great defenses because he always creeps the ball and he always attacks. But I don't rate that.
That's part of
to me. Sorry,
that's
I don't rate
that
though. Yeah, but that's not what I mean. I mean in terms of in one-off games, in big games, when you for example.
You're talking Champions League specifically, innit?
No, not even just Champions League. Like Mourinho at United against Chelsea, having Herrera man mark Eden Hazard, something a masterful switch like that. I don't see Pep ever doing something like that. He'll do something like I thought in the final. He would do something stupid and play with 3 DMs, or he would play a double pivot, which he did against Man United twice this season. I didn't think he'd play without a DM.
I get your point, but I'm echoing bad. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I didn't hear that actually.
It's a mad echo. Is that you, Prime? Once, yeah, yo. Yeah, Prime, you still let me unmute yourself when you're ready. Yeah. As I was saying, where was I at with it? Yeah, we're not gonna take away. Yeah, Scott, I'm gonna send you the link. Let me get this last point out, and I'll send you the link. Scott,
yes, Scott. Come on, G.
Oh, Lewis, I beg you send it to Scott for me, please. And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This is like the old school Q&As where we just get mad people jumping. Like I say at the start of Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, someone said it. They're like Royal Rumbles. You never know who's gonna show up in it. You never know whose music's gonna hit and it's gonna come running down the ramp. You get what I'm saying? But with what he did, he came in and changed. Like he won the Premier League in a whole different fashion than that. It was doubted before he came. Can you win it without pace and power? You got to give him full credit for that because he's the first manager to do that. He's the first manager to come in and completely change it. Secondly, how he's won it this season is he's won it playing a false 9 without a striker in that. So we can't take away. And equally important as well is he's dominated domestically. He won back-to-back league titles, which is very tough to do because there's only 2 managers before him who have done it. And that's Fergie and Mourinho. All the great managers that have won the Premier Leagues haven't won it back-to-back. It's extremely hard to do. And this is why I put so much onus on winning league titles back-to-back. This is why I rate Zidane so highly. Because winning the Champions League 3 times in a row is nuts. Never mind winning it back-to-back. That's not even been won back-to-back since it turned into the Champions League. So I have to give Pep his full credit. Yes, he was spent that money and was supposed to come in and dominate, but it still had to be done. And he's done it. They've dominated domestically. Can't take that away. The only black mark against him is him in the Champions League, 100%. So when you're saying he's overrated, I get it. GOAT shouts is too much. People shouldn't be saying GOAT shouts. Like, that's way, way, way too much. No chance. Not yet. But go on, Prime. You're on mute. I can't hear you, fam. Go on, Prime. Yeah, I couldn't hear you. I'm using. Yo, jump out and jump back in, Prime. Yeah. He just muted himself and that. But yo, welcoming also to the show another Champions League winner. Hilarious when it comes to where we at. Well, absolutely hilarious when it comes to the Spurs and Arsenal slander. Man, like Scott, what are you telling me, my G? You good?
Yes.
Yeah, good, bro. Oh,
man. Excellent stuff. Warm. Excellent, man. Yeah, it is warm still. It is warm and that. Look at the Chelsea boys out in full force and that. It's mad.
Come on, G. Yeah, I'm flawless. I'm going for a Zoot, so I'm going to hop in on another tab.
No stress, fam. Calm. No worries, man. Handle business, man. No stress. But yo, go on, Prime. Say what you're saying.
I do rate Pep. People think I don't. I do actually rate Pep. But for me, there's levels, and I can't put him with the true elites. Well, truly, I just respect tactical tacticians in terms of managers, and I don't think Pep is that. I don't see Pep doing something.
You have your preference.
Yeah, and I don't see Pep doing smart or special in a game that people won't expect. He'll do something stupid and just won't pay off. For that final itself, Mourinho in his prime finds a way to beat Chelsea, or Conte, or Ancelotti. Fergie finds a way to beat us. Mm-hmm. Pep could have played that game 100 times. I don't think he beats us, and it's not even the fact that we were that good. It's just
100%. I agree.
Yeah, because that's like if he wins that puts him in a whole other bracket. Kind of like Manchester City, if they win the Champions League, it solidifies them. Like Chelsea winning it, it makes the London argument even stronger in your favor. So I get what you're saying. But before we go on, I know you two man got a dip. Yo, Jay, we'll start with you and that. Anything you blessed for jumping on first and foremost. Anything you want to plug, let them know where they can find you, etc. Let them know.
So basically you can find me on YouTube, J Socials, Touchline Talks. I'm still trying to get my Twitter going. I have to do some crazy, just recreate a new one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Don't tweet out no titties, man, innit? This guy retweeting y'all titties and that. Ended up in Twitter jail and that, fam. That's what it is, innit? That's what it is. Just start a new one, fam.
Goodness.
But yo, make sure you lot subscribe to Jay Socials and you can catch him on here on the watch alongs and that. Obviously, we're doing a basketball watch along tonight, so if you're about to jump on, we're gonna do the Mavs and the Clippers. So it's totally up to you. But yo, big up
probably
Jay,
not tonight, but I'll be back for the other ones for sure.
Yeah, man. No stress, man.
And it's definitely been a pleasure being with you guys. It's definitely been fun, and you guys take care. Okay.
Yo, big up, man. Big up, Jay. I love every time, man. Also, Saint, I know you got.
I'm gonna dip soon. But I was gonna say, yeah.
Go on.
With Pep, it is mad. I do agree with what Prime's saying to a certain extent. Like I do feel like what he's done is a madness in terms of like, but to a certain extent, it was expected. Do you know them ones there? Like he's got an embarrassment of riches, and the one thing in which he was meant to do, that's the one objective he was really here to do. He hasn't done it. Do you know what I mean? And he was the one person that was equipped to do so. Do you know them ones there? Like you can't spend 500 million on right backs and like it's just an embarrassment of riches. Like no, it is, bruv. You know them ones there on fullbacks, bruv. Like it's and then you're telling me that all you're walking out with is 100 points. People will be like, yeah, but you're shirking on 100 points. But I kind of am if you're looking at the type of. It was Thanos that did it. You know them ones there, like so. It's like that. But then at the same time, it's like I do think the whole overthinking things. It's starting to weigh. It's starting to make me think. No, I think you kind of are, because when you're against PSG, after the first half, you changed it up. Like that was my thing. I actually said, you know what, Poch. After Pep changed it up, you had nothing. You didn't change nothing up. Like you just went and done. So I'm like, but when it really counted, when you were in the final, then now you want to start doing Gundogan as your holding and no Rodri, and it's just a madness. You did this with Leon, you did this with us. Like it's just, I'm starting to think like.
Tuchel's took his mojo, man.
To be fair though, I do think that some of it comes down to the overthinking thing. I will say, I think we're noticing a lot of managers do it, and it is managers in the Pep mold. Tuchel's done it plenty of times this season. I've said before that I think Arteta as a manager has taken all the bad bits about Pep and none of the good. He's taken the falling out with players, the overthinking everything, the trying to give too many instructions at once. We've seen it with Klopp this season against the first leg against Real Madrid. Tried to play the hard work in midfield. After what was it, 30 minutes? Took Keita off, dropped
Thiago. Yeah, no,
it wasn't working. So we see it in everything, and I think with the final this year, Pep has to take some blame because like the Rodri thing's just stupid, but the players have to take some blame as well. Like, how was Riyad Mahrez with the form he was in not absolutely destroying Ben Chilwell? Like, as a player,
Ben Chilwell is that guy.
Allow me, bro.
Shut up.
Allow me,
as a player,
what do you mean? What do you mean? Showing Robertson levels.
What levels?
What do you mean you're passion merchant?
Come on,
They
man.
beat the chest and run around.
I beg you. Someone was talking, bro. You can't interrupt that.
Who's Trent? Who's Trent? That man down the injury table. Who's Trent?
Who is Trent? He's the guy lacing Reece James's boots before he goes out onto the pitch for England.
I do think though as well that Pep deserves.
It's that type of show, flawless. Yeah.
He deserves to be in. I think he deserves to be in debate just because of what he does to players in terms of improving them. Like, he's taken Raheem Sterling, who by all accounts is slightly better than average footballer, but made him look brilliant. He's taken other players, like when he was at Barca, and taken them from, they weren't average, but they were. Who in this
team other than Raheem Sterling has he made? But I'd say maybe Stones.
Fernandinho, Zinchenko. Who else in that midfield? Phil Foden.
Zinchenko is a horrible example just because of recency bias. But I get you, though. He was a better player.
He's done it even at Bayern and Barca. He did it. Thiago is the player he is today because of Pep Guardiola, in terms of like helping him get on to where he is. And I think that's why, as in terms of the teams, you could make an argument. But in terms of what he's done for players, improving them, I think he deserves to be in that debate.
But GOAT talk, because of the fall of your one objective, I just feel like you can't be in that GOAT talk. Like, he's with Man City, bro. Like, that final was an embarrassment of riches, but it's Man City above all else. Like, come on, they should have been buoying you, man. Like, it shouldn't even have been. Come on, man.
Yeah,
and
like
Lewis has said, bro, Tuchel's had his number from one day. Like, nah, you can't.
And the thing is, it's not just. I'm not saying it based off this final. I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years. I said this. Was it this time last year when they got knocked out against Lyon? I said the same. We have to have a conversation about Pep. Is he a bit of a fraud? And people were getting at me saying, you can't say that about Pep Guardiola. He got 100 points. He's won a treble. You can't talk about Pep like that. He hasn't failed.
I think the fraud thing but what you can argue the case for is him in Europe. 100%. That is a legitimate argument. And again, it's not like if he was going out to a prime Real Madrid side, prime Bayern Munich, prime PSG, etc. You'd be like, but you're going out to Lyon. You're going out to Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it, he should be beaten. Yeah, like you should be beating those sides. That's what.
Even when he went out to us, he should have beat us. Like, you know,
Liverpool. When you've got
an all or nothing, Doc, he was scared about Liverpool from the start of that time.
Yeah, it's like
this is why winning European competitions are harder than winning the league. But certain man won't hear that.
I agree.
Fucking dickheads, shadow dwelling gooners.
Name names.
I said name names.
Individuals are.
He's talking about Gal, man. Everyone knows he's talking about
Gal isn't a dickhead. Gooners are dickhead.
He's not a dickhead. Gal's not a dickhead. Yeah, he just strong with his agenda.
Certain Arsenal fans telling me that 2 CLs equate to 1 invincible trophy.
The thing is, no, it don't, because it's just a trophy in that. Bro. You know what I'm saying? In that, it really don't. You know what I'm saying?
But it's gold. Cool.
Right, relax. Right, yeah, relax. You just won a trophy in it. You man got 12 draws in it. Well done in that. Hella draws in it. You hear me? Hella, they get me IKEA aisles in that. You know what I'm saying? But we knew.
Fucking coffee shop vibes.
Man, I got a bounce here, but listen,
yo, same, big up.
It's been love, man. Stay for having me up. Stay for everyone on the panel, man. Saint LFC TV, come.
Yo, make sure you subscribe to his channel, people. Saint LFC TV, man. Go sub to his channel, and you'll see him on there more often as well. Definitely.
Gang. Safe, Lewis. Safe, man. Cool, Brian, my guy.
Yeah, but as we were saying, so yeah, Prime, I get your point, but like I'm saying in it, to say you obviously context matters, so I can't say he's a fraud because of what he's done. Yes, he was supposed to come into England and do what he did, so he did that. Winning back-to-back league titles, 4 in 5 years, multiple Carabao Cups, he's won an FA Cup. It's more so the Champions League because he has failed in Europe and people try and utilize that and be like, oh, Fergie failed in Europe. Go look at the teams we was going out to. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the teams we lost to. Yes, and transition matters. Plus, he was here for a whole 26-year period as well. We were in Europe for the whole 26-year period. But he still has time to turn that around. Because if he wins, if he stays for the next 6 years and wins 2 Champions Leagues, that's a whole different conversation. Yeah, he needs to get over the hump.
I mean, I use the word fraud a lot.
Look at these Arsenal. Look at these Arsenal fans. Absolutely shameless, isn't it? She's absolutely shameless.
Mad.
She's absolutely shameless in that, isn't it?
Bro, that invincible season,
Lauren, hang your
just
head
about the fifth.
It's the most overrated season of all time.
Title winners. The Manchester United treble winners are probably the best.
We're definitely the best. You know why we're the best? Because we won 3 trophies.
Exactly. You won the 3 biggest trophies. 2 cup competitions in 4 days. Come on, man. 12 draws. We beat the Invincibles at their own ground. Come on, man. Middlesbrough beat you lot home and away. Dynamo Kiev beat you, man. Come on, man.
I said Dynamo Kiev. That man really lost to Dynamo Kebab and Chips. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Isn't the gold trophy actually like this small as well?
Champions League, and they want to talk about Invincible. You know what's the funny stat? That season, that invincible season, Arsenal lost more games in all competitions than Man United.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Bro, we only lost about 5 games the season afterwards.
Yeah. She just
lost the cup game, Champions League match.
She did her hair too tight in the bubble, innit? That's what it is. The hair's too tight in the bubble.
Bro, did we really
got our brain moving dodgy.
I just deeped it. We only lost 3 games in all competitions in 04-05. That's
Chelsea 04-05 was better. Facts. I've said this. Outside of Manchester United sides, you could argue, like, I think that Chelsea side is the most underrated one. The first Mourinho one.
It was better than the Invincible.
We've still got records from that season that haven't been broken, I think.
Like be real. Centurions did a lot of damage to a lot of our records.
No, but we
still kept goals conceded.
For the least amount of goals conceded in terms of partnership, centre-back partnership.
Least goals conceded in the Premier League season. No one will take that from us.
I agree. She says the Arsenal. I've said this. The Arsenal 98 team is better than the Invincibles. I think so.
I appreciate that.
She just undid the bubbles in it. That's what it was in that. It was rolled too tight in it. But we move in that. Black Diamond says, so the Timo's message round there. Let's not even go there. Cam's TV said
Timo's message.
Yo, tell us about this because
we're moving mad and
I already know.
Is this a basketball thing you said you're gonna tell me?
I'll tell you.
Tell us off stream.
I'll tell you. Even though we did it on stream, but I'll tell you off stream. But shouts to Timo was stressed in it, obviously, because Lakers were getting packed in it. Like Lakers really got swept. Like he was stressed from the first quarter, and he ended up like falling asleep. It was hilarious, isn't it?
I rate it. So sometimes you need to make a tactical switch, and if it didn't work, it didn't work. But I rate it.
Yeah, man, it's cool, isn't it? Shout out to Nick and also he says, anyone who thinks London is still red, delusional. London has been blue for almost 20 years. Arsenal died in 04. Please, Flawless, send me the link and let me out of my let out all my Arsenal slander. I got you.
Red. North London is barely red. How can London itself be red?
If London was red, London would be an absolute embarrassment that could never speak to any other city in England. So,
facts.
No chance.
What colour is North London?
North London's blue.
It's just
like the rest of London.
No colour.
It's just grey. It's just grey, isn't it?
No, it's blue. It's blue. It's just like London. It's blue.
We ain't
giving them North London. We let them bicker over it 2 times a game because it's fucking hilarious. Watching 2 clowns fight.
Big up to Monts, Flawless, don't sleep, we love it.
Yes, bro.
We did shout out to Monts. We did a video, me, Saint, who was on Beaks as well, obviously discussing the whole England squad and the 4 right backs, etc. Check that out tomorrow, and you'll see Monts on here. Gonna get him on a Q&A next week, definitely, 100%. I'm letting Monts know at the same time you lot. So yeah, you'll catch Monts on the channel at some point next week. So whether it's Wednesday or whether it's the next Wednesday one or the one on Sunday, you'll catch him on here 100%. But shout out to my guy Monts every time. Yeah, Monts Big 6 months is cold. Black Diamond says, I need to find a fallen angel. Yeah, you mocking it and that. You mocking it in it. But shouts to Timo in it, out here shooting his shot at Gyal in it with super chats and that.
I can't wait for you to tell me about this.
The bar was cold. I wrote down the bar because I said, you know what? I'm gonna use this at a later date. You know what I'm saying? And that the bar was fire. You know what I'm saying? It was fire. Adi slapped down the peas with it. Fire. Big up Danish. Yeah, Prime, you definitely gonna use it at a later date. Danish says, worst thing about City using the Champions League final is they'll go add Kane, Grealish, Nuno, Mendes to that already stacked team. And yeah, man, props to them. If City are a team who are they want to win back to back. They're not trying to get Liverpool out here like what happened to Liverpool this season or what happened to City the season before. So they're gonna go again.
When was last time no, I'm not having this. Yeah, I'm not having
You're
this.
not having what?
You haven't won a trophy in 4 years.
That wasn't.
You haven't won a trophy for 4 years.
Why
Man
you
United
from?
Hotspur, you know.
Why you
Man United Hotspur. Your trophy cabinet is the most dustiest I've ever seen in my life. People with asthma do not go to Old Trafford, innit? Because it's dangerous for you, innit?
Ryan,
win
does
the
Jared
Army Cup this summer, innit, and have a trophy parade.
Ryan, why are you so mad for me stating facts? I wasn't even trolling. Is that not what happened? Did Liverpool not have a terrible title defense this season?
Have you not won a trophy for 4 years?
Why is it? It's not on Manchester United. I'll answer your question when you answer mine.
He's won more trophies than you, and he's been retired for 4 years.
All I'm saying is I'm just stating out a point, and you've made me lose my point. Now, what I was saying is City, of course, are going to go again because they don't want to have Liverpool's title defense this season.
Wait,
they
is
don't
Ryan
want to have
talking?
The title defense they had beforehand. Yeah, you ain't missing nothing. He just getting mad in it. It's all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear everyone, but Ryan's just black.
Yeah. There you go.
Can you not hear me properly?
See, you don't want to hear your propaganda. That's what it is, and even the university is saying
cutting you out, my G.
Yeah, man.
Can you guys all hear me? Can you guys all hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
It's just me.
Yeah,
it's just me, but I'll go inside in a minute.
Yeah, it's calm in it. You know what I'm saying? See that StreamYard Xing you off like your title hopes this season. But we move. That's my point.
I know that ain't our title hopes.
StreamYard called you off like your title hopes. Yeah.
Win the fucking league.
Win the Audi Cup this summer, innit? And then you've won as much as
by the way, just for you guys in the comment section, Chelsea are champions of Europe. Just giving you.
But the thing is, it wasn't even a thing. I was just pointing out a fact that City are going to try and go again because they don't want to have Liverpool's title defense this season or the one City had themselves the season before, innit? You know what I'm saying? They want to bounce. They want to get on top and stay on top. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just trying to have a season ride. Say it like what? That's exactly how I said it. You know what I'm saying? You thought I was taking shots.
Cool, let's move on, innit?
Let's move on, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's do that. Yo, Nippin, what did you say? It'll be the 3rd or 4th week. Every the members specials are always the 3rd and 4th week in it. So the 3rd or 4th Sunday or the 3rd or 4th Wednesday of every month they will be. Danish says, love how Flawless slanders Liverpool. How is it slander? Did they not?
Oh, cutting you off there, innit? We couldn't hear you. I think you were lagging there. Seeing as soon as you started slandering Liverpool stream, I cut you off, innit?
Man's lagging like Liverpool's title defense, you know.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, did Liverpool not have a bad title defense? How is it?
Fran, you're the team who's had the worst title defense, you know.
No, we're not. Ryan, we're not doing this. You were the greatest team in Premier League history.
I never said we were the greatest team.
No. Well, you know, Liverpool fans did. Liverpool fans did.
Our fan base is deluded, most of them anyway.
So are Arsenal fans.
We're the greatest team in Premier League history.
Oh no, don't talk Arsenal fans, bro. Arsenal fans are a different breed, bro.
Yeah, they are jokers still.
Nah.
They are.
Liverpool jokers. And Arsenal fans are cut from the same cloth.
Nah.
Yeah. But hey, you lot, everyone who's watching live on the YouTube right now, please make sure you hit the like button, whether you're watching this live or watching this back. Hit that like button. Make sure you share it across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Make sure you subscribe. You hit the notification bell. Make sure you follow Ryan, Scott, Lewis, and Prime across all their socials. Also, subscribe to Carefree Lewis. You can catch Prime here, there, and everywhere. Football Terrorist First XI. He be out here working hard. You know what I'm saying? You can catch Scott on Carefree Lewis's channel also, as well as Blues Fans TV. You can catch Ryan here and Bits and Bob's channel. Everyone is here working and that. Now he's like Ravi. He's not even getting cornered in that. I was just making a point, and he thought I was taking shots in that. You know
nah, he's taking. I know him too well. I know he's taking shots when he says.
How was it taking? Tell me where the shot was.
You say in this calm start. What's it called? How do I say it?
Yeah, look at you all before
I forget. I'll tell you. I'll say it after.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. This guy, hella, to get me. Showstar here. He's here with the shamelessness. He says the treble can be bad. Invincibles cannot. Facts. Invincibles can be, because if you go invincible in the league and then win an FA Cup, it tops what you did in it. You know what I'm saying? But we move. It's each to their own in it. I prefer free trophies.
What did Shots say?
He said the treble can be bettered. Invincibles cannot. Facts.
Well, your dead little 12 draws and 90 points. We overdid the Invincibles in 1 year. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
big up yourself, Shockstar. Anyway, my guy, the Invincibles are overrated. Sorry, mate.
Invincibles.
If you want to debate otherwise, come on, hop on, man.
Imagine if Ruud van Nistelrooy...
That's a good agenda, actually. It's a good for agenda, FC. Go on, fam. Go on.
Imagine if Ruud van Nistelrooy's penalty was an inch lower. That Invincibles team would never get spoken about ever again.
They will, because they're a good side, but it's kind of like it's overrated. It's not even top 5.
Yeah, but then it's not Invincible.
Bridge ran through their whole defense like it was a knife through butter.
Is it top 5? I don't even think it's top 5 best Premier League sides of all time.
I think it's in terms of what I've seen, I'd probably...
because I'm slightly older than you. Obviously, you got to have the United 99 side, the United 08.
United 1999.
Chelsea 0405.
Centurions, Chelsea 0405.
And then them 5th, and then Liverpool 6th.
Sorry, I don't put the Liverpool side in there still.
Yeah, it's only because, as you said, Flawless, I'm younger than you, so like trying to remember other good leagues.
Yeah, I'm 21, so it's hard for me to say like 99 when I didn't see it. Like,
99 good.
But obviously, I can go by what you achieved. And
why didn't Chelsea go the season unbeaten then? Nicholas Anelka bullshit penalty that shouldn't have even counted, but it is what it is. We had more points, more wins, less goals scored, less goals conceded, more goals scored, less draws. We won a trophy on top. We made it to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Only went out with a bullshit ghost goal. A bullshit ghost goal that shouldn't have counted. But it is what it is. You lot can hold that. We have 2 Champions Leagues now. I'm past it.
Yeah. Says it's buts and maybes.
Champions of Europe, mate. We would have beaten AC Milan a lot easier than penalties.
Why
didn't Arsenal beat Barcelona in the final of the Champions League then?
Because Thierry Henry turned into Alvaro Morata.
Thierry Henry's a fraud. That's why.
Right, these man just sent quick for the Vavavu merch and jumped on it.
What do you mean, man? He had his whole family there in his own ends in Paris and left in tears. Whilst they're dunking on him at his own yard. Are you mad?
Henry can't
dragged us to a Champions League final. What did this guy do other than just hit the goalkeeper?
You're an idiot, you know.
Thierry Henry was an idiot in Paris.
Henry cannot chat to Drogba. Henry can't chat to Drogba.
Man said he took his own family, you get me, to watch in his own ends and left in tears, you know. Lewis, you're ridiculous, yo. For Arsenal fans,
Thierry Henry is ridiculous, you know. That was his stage. They ended up having to go to Barcelona, just piggybacking off Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, and fucking Thierry, fucking Eto'o as well. Come on, that referee. Man. Yeah, and Tom Henning of Rabo, that bold prick.
Oh, man. Lewis is such a prick, you know.
Tom Henning of Rabo is.
Man said, his whole family in his own ends and got left in tears, man, got packed. You get me, on his own patch. Yeah, you disrespectful, yo.
Nah, he was, man. He probably got promised so much.
Yo, but big up everyone that's
Ashley Cole leave.
Big up everyone that's locked. Showstar, therefore going to get you on Agenda FC for that at a later date. 100%. Same with Prime, because you lot have strong opinions, so we're going to sort that out. Oh, Jesus, isn't it? He said, there's too much Arsenal slander right now. You guys to send me to bed, Vex. It's not our fault, innit? It's your team, innit? It's your owners. We didn't pick
Where did he finish again?
You lot should have just won in Paris.
Yeah, facts, yo. Man really got dunked on in his own ends. Is he from Paris as well? Like in
I'm
France?
not even sure, but they probably rejected him after that.
Yeah.
Maybe if Arsenal win a Champions League, you can celebrate at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. Arsenal need to get into the Champions League first.
Yeah, facts. Aubameyang's not been there 5 years. Yeah, they need to get into the Europa League first.
They need to get any European Cup. They need to make a Europa Conference League, bro.
But they did, and they still missed out. That's how bad these men are.
Oh, they're so pathetic, Arsenal. They're such a pathetic team.
These guys really tried to create a league on Arsenal's level, and Arsenal still missed out.
Their fucking biggest achievement this season is just beating us. You see how gargantuan we are these days.
Yeah, they did the double over the Champions League winners, isn't it? That is literally their claim to fame. These men finished 8th back to back, double 8s, and
they're celebrating 3 back-to-back wins against us.
Oh, jeez. Oh, imagine what it's like.
What a weak mentality, man. Couldn't even beat Burnley this season.
You know what's something no one's mentioning? If Arteta didn't win the FA Cup last season, they would not have played in Europe last season.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have had any European football.
Right. Imagine you have a 350k star striker and he's never touched Champions League.
No, do you know what's mad? Arsenal fans can say they did the double.
I'm turning up late to the North London derby.
Man turned up late to their biggest game of the season.
In traffic,
Man got stuck in traffic. Oh, man.
Wallace, you know what's mad about Arsenal? They can actually say they did the double over the European champions.
Yeah, that's their claim to fame.
In the league.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Can I tell you something? We don't care.
Exactly.
Do you know why? Because we're champions of Europe.
Come out and say that. Arsenal fans would come out
on here though. We are trolling. All trolling aside. This is stability because she says back-to-back 8s. At least we ain't gone backwards. Lauren, you're spot on. 100%.
I agree. That's why you should keep Arteta.
You're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. That is progress, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? And they put the PR in progress. You know what I'm saying? That is
definitely
quality. Yeah.
You got to applaud that. You've got to applaud.
We all in full agreement. All 5 of us here are in full agreement with you, Lauren. 100%. Back-to-back 8th place finishes stability.
And all you 1,500 dickhead gooners as well.
Yeah, you're all crying right now. I don't know why you're all crying. That's one of my favorite countries in Europe, mate.
Oh, that is classic. Like, I'm not even in that.
Abbey.
Yeah, this is a nice Abbey, number 1. Number 2, that is like going in. When I do the, what's it called? Funniest moments 2021. Even though I'm not in that clip, I'm putting that in that. I'm putting that clip in there, in it, as like honorable mention. Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And that hilarious the way Lewis went off. It was fantastic. It was you 400, you 50, you 1,500.
Yo, you know, if
Arsenal get relegated, Chelsea fans, you man can suck out. Go on.
You know, if Arsenal get relegated, how long is our live stream going to be after that?
Probably 24 hours. Probably 24 hours.
I'd say 48. You can do the first 24. I'll do the next 24.
Yeah, we probably do it.
You guys know what I'm like, just off beating Pep. If Arsenal get relegated, I might get arrested.
Prime at the back of a police van outside the Emirates.
I'm either getting arrested or someone's gonna try and come from here. So
I'd probably pull up to the Emirates to try and do a live stream.
I'd pull up to the Emirates for that. Yeah.
I'd probably pull up and do it pull
up to the Emirates for what?
If Arsenal get relegated. Live stream.
Oh yeah. We'll go. We'll come. I'll come. I'll be
I'm coming down.
I'll fucking slap Henry's back of his head like I did the first time we won it.
Not win the Premier League or Champions League that season either. We better not win a major trophy that season.
I want us to win the league.
Chelsea. If we win a Champions League when they get relegated or a Premier League when they get relegated, it's over.
Yeah, man. We can dream. We can dream. But we are gonna come. We can dream. We're going to come to a close on the Q&A, people. Love to everyone who has locked in. Like, if you're watching live, you're watching this back, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, Sarcasm City TV. We're also on Twitch as well, people. So please, even if you don't use your Twitch account like that, please follow us on Twitch. The link is underneath in the description for that. You know what I'm saying? And that Zane says, we are so relevant. We live rent-free in your head, flawless. No, you give me your low-hanging fruit. You give me so much to utilize. That's what it is in that. Like, that's what
you aren't relevant.
So much.
Exactly.
So much.
You aren't relevant. You're 8th place.
I'm a Manchester United fan. Chelsea beat Manchester City in a Champions League final, and you man still got trolled. How you man still getting trolled and you're not even playing?
You know what's funny? Look over the course of this season.
You haven't got one. You haven't got one. 2 European titles. You haven't got one.
You know what's funny? Look over the course of this season. What's happened to all other fan bases? Man United fans got gassed of getting Sancho. They didn't get him. They said 21 and 21 was coming. It didn't happen. They're not getting bantered for that. Liverpool are the worst champions in Premier League history. Didn't happen. Chelsea fans went from we're going to win the league with Frank to losing 3-1 to Arsenal and being 8th. They didn't get bantered for that. Man City went from a quadruple season to only winning 2 trophies. Spurs sacked Jose Mourinho a week before a cup final, and they've been spending 4 or 3 days without a manager, and they're not getting bantered for that. You know how embarrassing your club is when all these stuff has happened to all your rivals this season, and yet we're so bantering Arsenal. You know how embarrassing that is.
Arsenal are the easy targets, though. They're so easy to banter.
They're just picked on and that. They're just victims. You know what I'm saying? And that they're low. Like that. As bad as it is being a Manchester United fan, I could be an Arsenal fan, and it could be so much worse. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always look at it.
I can't even take the name Arsenal seriously anymore. It just sounds funny now. The word Arsenal.
There's a joke in it.
It's funny now.
Gunners in it. Got the cannon with no bullets in it. You know what I'm saying? And that. No Champions Leagues. You know what I'm saying? You get me? Cannon with no
Europa Leagues.
No Europa Leagues.
There's FA Cups, Community Shields, 1 gold piece of shit and vibes.
Yeah, serious. You get me? No back-to-back
Premier
Premier
Leagues.
Leagues.
An Arsenal fan this morning who tried to say Arsenal had won like 17 more trophies than Chelsea, and he included Community Shields.
Then he took it away, and it was 5
the trophies they've won.
Yeah, Prime mentioned the name. I just don't like mentioning names in it, but
the man made a video saying that all you Chelsea fans celebrating outside the Emirates and that. He didn't know that name call us.
Yeah, man, I run some like someone because Bab said that to me. Or if United win the Champions League,
you lot rattled so many people. You know,
with that, love to see it. Would you pull up to the Etihad if United won a Champions? 100%. You know what I'm saying? Etihad ain't too far from my house, and I'd pull up. You know what I'm saying? And then bounce.
Arsenal fans would be the one to pull out outside the Spurs stadium and damage it. For a fact, I know they would. But the thing is, I wouldn't complain because it's banter is banter, and you got to do what you got to do.
Facts. But yo, Prime, I'll let you. Anything you want to add before we go and plug everything that you've got going on? Socials, the lot.
I'm putting a bet on next season for Arsenal to get relegated.
They are shorter odds to get relegated than they are
to winning the title. Yeah.
I hear that. While Lewis is drinking to that, Scott, anything you want to add? Anything you want to plug before we bounce?
Just my Twitter at ScottyPage132. I'll probably be on a few streams with Lewis over the next couple of weeks. Check those out.
There you go.
Yeah, that's about it, to be honest.
Make sure you do that. Same to you, Lewis.
We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. Also, Andreas Christensen came on in the Champions League final and dropped a 10 out of 10 on Ruben Diaz's head. Thank you.
I was just waiting for up the Chelsea. That's the only thing that was
up the Chelsea, up the fucking Champions of Europe.
Christensen is a B-Tech Lindelof, but let's not get into that.
You wait. Excuse me. What? Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
Oh no!
Unmute your mic. Explain yourself.
Andreas Christensen. I don't rate Christensen though. I don't rate Christensen.
Now, what's wrong with you? Were you watching the game on Saturday? Or did you miss
I was watching the game. What I saw from the game was Tuchel's tactics and Thiago Silva pulling him on strings. That's what I saw.
All I saw was Andreas Christensen absolutely bossed the defensive third as per usual.
Yo, Zane, clip that. Zane, I beg you, clip that and send it to me.
Against who?
What do you mean against two? City's attack.
Against who? What? No
fucking Jesus came on. There was Mahrez. Sterling's a bit shit. Kevin De Bruyne. I don't care. They're all still getting points to AC Penitentiary. They made it to the Champions League final for a fucking reason.
Aguero's an old man right now.
That's why you bring him off the bench, and then he's actually worth something.
He's an old man, and he's an old man.
So are we going to say Cavani's shit because he's an old man? Or Thiago Silva's shit because he's an old man?
Okay, fine. If that's what you want to say, yeah, sure.
That's not what I'm saying, but you're saying it's because of age. He's an old man.
Yeah.
So what we're saying...
Plus, you have to factor in Pep and big game tax. That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
That's a Pep and big games tax.
Pep and big Champions League game tax.
Yeah, you have to factor that in as well.
Not give you that Andreas Christensen as a B-Tech Lindelof. Lindelof is a quality
defender regardless. Big up the VL Hive.
Wait, hold up.
We aren't hearing none of that.
Stop. There's no VL Hive. That's you solely, Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
That's the VL Hive.
You know what? MG Hive, Harry Maguire, MG Hive.
No, after the
you can have your fridge hive. Have your fridge hive. We got the Danish Maldini, and we're still going to run that. The Danish Maldini.
You're talking about Anderson at Fulham. Yeah, I rate him.
Oh my god, flawless. Have you infected this man? Why are you talking about fucking Wacky Anderson, bro?
Wacky Anderson.
Maybe you heard the propaganda. I don't know.
Nah, this is from you, man. Fuck it up. I blame you.
Are Denmark in the Euros?
Why are you blaming me?
Yeah, and they're about to get carried to the finals.
And in the Euros, any mistake Christensen makes, any mistake, I'm on your neck.
Cool. You're gonna have a long wait, my G. Promise me. Clip this as well. You will have a long wait for any Andreas Christensen mistake, unless it's that bum Wacky Manderson that puts him under pressure.
I'm just here praying to the YouTube footballing gods that Denmark do not win the Euros. Denmark win the Euros after winning the Champions League. Just gonna try and delay the
Belgium, Finland, and Russia. Oh yeah, he's getting put in the slip by Lukaku. Yeah,
who's he got? Belgium. Oh, yeah. So Hazard's getting inducted again.
No. Don't talk about Hazard. Hazard's a winger. Lukaku, striker. Lukaku. He's getting put in a split.
Well, you know what? Lukaku ain't coming Chelsea, so now he's officially a fraud and he's getting put in the AC penitentiary. It is what it is.
All right. Well, you know what? That was a long ass outro. But as soon as Prime said that, I was just like, all right, let it go in it. Who else did I go to? Yeah, Ryan, you were the last year. Everyone else has plugged all of their stuff.
Van Dijk's a fraud as well, but we'll get into that next season.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
I can't be asked in it.
Who is Van Dijk? We can run with that. He ain't Christensen.
Can't be asked, right? I can't be asked.
No. Ryan, anything you want to add before the show?
We'll talk about this in the stream, innit?
Yeah.
Just find me on I'm on Bits and Bobs' channel tomorrow night, the Liverpool show, Copy Mechanism. Nick will be on there as well. Saint LC, he'll be on there. A few others as well. So yeah, and find me on Twitter at Ryan_K1, man.
There you go, people. Love to everyone that's locked. Obviously, it's been a long one, but with Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, if this is the first one you've ever seen, this is how these shows run in it. For the regulars, they know how it is. Like somebody said in the comments, it's like a Royal Rumble. You never know who's going to end up. Big up to everyone who was locked in. Obviously, Ryan for holding it down with me as a host. Lewis for jumping on as normal. Surprise appearance from Prime. It's been a minute since he's been on the channel. Same with Scott. Big up to Saint. Obviously, Jay Socials as well. Love to everyone who's supporting the channel, man. Much appreciated. Please just make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell when you do, and Twitch as well. The links underneath is Sarcasm City TV on Twitch. Make sure you follow all of these content creators across all platforms as well. And we're back literally in about 45 minutes, people. We are doing NBA playoff live watch along. Clippers versus the Mavs. Clippers versus Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? NBA Game 5. Say that again.
Timo
won't be there. Nah. He's waiting for the Lakers to come back. He's stressed. But yeah, I'm gonna close the show out anyway.
Champions. Only to win the league next season.
Champions. Up the fucking Chelsea.
I was letting you go in that. Yeah, Chronic Barlow. Yes, we are still live and we'll be going live in 45 minutes, people. Like I said, LA Clippers versus Dallas Mavericks Game 5. We'll be doing the live watch along for that. And then tomorrow, what's going on? Man United is back. And there's an upcoming live stream section. You can see all the shows. Love to everyone who's locked in. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV.